1 minute. 1 minute.
Locally owned and operated since 1957. We are The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. It's time for Marion County High School football. Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to Booster Stadium here in beautiful Ocala, Florida. And tonight, John Ivory is the happiest man in the building right now. We'll see what he feels like in about 60 minutes.
I don't know if happy is the word we're looking for, but if maybe it's just anxious, nervous.
What is it, John?
I don't know. There's a lot of emotions running through my mind right now, Galen.
That's awesome. And again, tonight we've got the Belleview Rattlers here traveling via police escort to Booster Stadium.
That's right. Bellevue PD brought them right in, and they didn't even go through the regular bus driveway. They came in right through the normal pedestrian entrance and just said, "Screw it.
Well, we're going to do what we want." Because they parked in the end zone over here, in the east end zone. Great. Thank you, Dano. And you are listening to High School Football right here on WOCA The Source. I'm Galen Unold, and I'm joined with an alumni of Bellevue, one of the, in his mind, probably the greatest wide receiver to ever play at Bellevue High School.
I don't know about that, Galen. There's a kid on this team tonight that I wish I had half the talent he did, and we're going to talk about this kid a little bit more tonight. So
yeah, well, this is the first time you and I. This is our second season. We've done about 10 or 11 games now. And you've actually done some homework, John. You have an agenda. You have some items you want to talk about.
I watched film on the opponent tonight.
By the way, and this is a credit to all the coaches that it helps the broadcast dramatically when they allow us to watch and get on the huddle. So, John, break it down. What do you want to talk about? As the senior knights come strolling in, and this is where you can tell Vanguard gets all their talent.
There's the future right there, Galen. There's
the future. That's going to be terrible if that's on.
Yeah, that light just turned on.
But go ahead, I'll fix it.
We won't worry about that.
But, I know how to fix it.
Let's talk about the Vanguard. Let's talk about the Vanguard Knights first. Obviously, they're the heavy favorite. They're not the underdog. Bellevue's the underdog tonight. Vanguard is coming off of several winning seasons, several district championships, several playoff appearances.
Regional finals 4 in a row.
Yeah, exactly. And, this is a team that's got depth all over the place at all different positions. When you talk about the strengths and weaknesses of this team, obviously the strengths of this team right now is their defense. The Vanguard Knights have an amazing front seven. You might not find a better front seven in this region of Florida, maybe the state. I mean, these guys are some dogs. I mean, they're going to get after you. The defensive line, they're going to give you some penetration. Some guys that really stood out to me on that film was number 18, Ronald Carpenter, defensive end. The other defensive end, number 19, Jalen Williams. And number 51, DeJean McBride, a defensive tackle. He's a load in there. And every time he's pushing those guards back, collapsing the pocket, doing a great job. And even in the secondary, they've got some guys in the secondary. I mean, Emil Sanko, not only is he the best corner in the county, he's one of the best corners in the state of Florida, maybe the country.
Absolutely.
He's an SEC football caliber player. He's locked down. I've even talked to Coach Ackerman a little bit about it. He's like, yeah, we can't throw it his way tonight. But then it goes, okay, well, then where else do you throw? Because back there at safety playing center field is Hopkins. And Hopkins is just a ball hawk over there. So, Coach Ackerman, to his credit, he's kind of like the Wizard of Oz with his playbook. He's going to know how to potentially out-scheme these guys. They're going to find those holes in the area that they need to find their open wide receivers. But let's just not say Vanguard is perfect, because they're not. They have a little bit of some troubles on offense. I think we both saw that on film. The offensive line, they're not consistent. Too often you see their quarterback, Fred Gaskin, running around way too much. And no disrespect to Fred Gaskin. Listen,
He's just a sophomore.
He's just a sophomore. He's a tremendous athlete. If you get him in open field, not many people are going to be able to tackle him. They're not going to be able to catch him. But he's not the starting quarterback of this team. In my opinion, he should not be the starting quarterback. The starting quarterback should be Ronnie Gilchrist, the senior, the transfer from the Villages High School. When he gets out there, the offense for the Vanguard Knights becomes a lot more two-dimensional. It's just not a one-dimensional offense. Granted, he doesn't have the running abilities that Fred Gaskin has, but Fred Gaskin cannot throw like him.
No, you can't. And the kid is, I think he's 6'4".
Yeah, 6'4". He has
solid.
Great pocket presence.
He's solid.
So I have a little trouble understanding what the Vanguard staff is doing there. I know Fred Gaskin. He's the local guy. He grew up in the program. I think he's had family that's played here.
He played for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, but he's a Knight by heart, right?
There's no doubt. His family's a Knight.
Yeah. And Gilchrist is the outsider.
Right.
So I'm not saying they're playing favorites, but
and it's no secret that Farmer likes a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah.
When you go back and you look, technically Curry, who plays over at Forest, should be the starting quarterback for this Vanguard team as a senior, but he likes the dual threat.
Yeah.
And Curry wasn't that guy, and so that's why he was always trying to put Rucker back at quarterback, because he gives them that little something. And again, Farmer's been lucky. He had a guy like Nkosi Perry who had a career night last night for FAU, and
then he transitioned right away to Glover from there.
Right. Well, it was Glover and then Rucker.
He didn't miss a beat when he went from Cozy to Glover.
Correct.
Another guy in the defense too I failed to mention is Tyreek Hicks, middle linebacker, number 21 for Vanguard. I saw him on film. He's just so active.
He is.
He's got great.
We're about to be. Yeah, we're back. I'm sorry.
We're back.
Somebody called and screwed it all up, but
okay.
That's my fault.
Okay. But no, talking about the strengths of the Bellevue Rattlers, obviously their offense, okay? A lot of people have criticized the Bellevue Rattlers because they have not been tested. They've got a little bit of a weaker schedule. I think their opponents have a total of about 20 wins. But at the end of the day, we were at the Springstead game. We thought Springstead was a pretty good football team. They were tested, and that offense did not miss a beat.
Well, and again, that's going to be big tonight. But let's be very clear. Bellevue has not faced anyone at the caliber of Vanguard High School.
100% right. Yeah.
And you and I have joked, but you know enough about football. For Bellevue, this is a huge game.
Yeah.
For Vanguard, it's week 8.
Well, here's the thing with Bellevue. They have an opportunity here. It's just not an opportunity to win a district championship, but it's an opportunity to shut up the naysayers about them, and it's also an opportunity to set the tone for the future. It's an opportunity to say, hey, we're not going to be the butt of the jokes anymore here in Marion County. We are now a force to be reckoned with, and when you see Bellevue High School on that schedule, it's not an easy W. So it's more than just a game tonight. It's about the future. But talking about this explosive offense, there's two guys. There's two guys that have been kind of the stars of the show, per se. The quarterback, Ernest Flythe, and the wide receiver, who we talked about earlier, Amarian Dudley. Ernest Flythe, great dual threat quarterback. He's got 1,700 yards passing with a 63% completion percentage. So it's not like he's just throwing it all over the place and he's got below 50% passing. This kid's accurate. He's on his game every week, and he's got a 21 touchdown to 6 interception ratio. So that's pretty dang good. I don't care who you're playing.
Sure.
Those are good stats.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And again, and I guess we're going to do the yin and yang tonight all night, because I really like this Vanguard team. I'm a huge fan of Coach Farmer. He's got a lot of people who talk about what he should be doing instead of what he does do, which is he's the most dominant football team in the county year in, year out. Last year was a blip, but the team who beat him went on to go deep into the playoffs, into the Final Four, and guess what?
Dinelli. You're talking about Dinelli.
Yeah, if you look at the last game that Vanguard plays and who they lose to, they're either number 1 or number 2 in the state, right? I mean, they're
Armwood Steffner was their kryptonite just about every year.
and then they lost to Orlando Jones, and Orlando Jones was that's a decade-ish team.
And those are powerhouses that compete for state championships.
And they had a
every year.
chance to win that on the road at Orlando Jones. And if you've never been to Orlando Jones, it's a little bandbox in the shadow, literally, of the Citrus Bowl. And they parked people in the Citrus Bowl parking lot for that game and trucked them in.
Yeah.
It was an electric atmosphere, and it was a great experience. And in that game, and I said it at the time, the Vanguard coaching staff panicked. That could happen again tonight, because if there is one weakness that Vanguard has shown is when they get down, they start to panic on the offensive side.
And Coach Ackerman knows that. And Coach Ackerman,
absolutely,
his slogan with this team, it's strike first. It's strike first because you know what? We need to be the guys that throw the first punch. And I'm not talking about literally throwing the first punch, but it's, hey, we got to go out there and make the first big play and set the tone, whether it means making a big hit, making a big touchdown, blocking a field goal or a punt, which, by the way, that's an area that Vanguard struggles in on special teams.
Well, they got a kicker this year. They had a guy kick a 47-yarder.
I'm not talking about the kicker. I'm talking about the guys blocking for the
Agreed.
Vanguard on film has struggled blocking the punt block and the field goal blockers.
Correct. And again, tonight has to come down to a kicker first. I don't know, Johnny, what's your prediction? We're going to go straight into the predictions.
We're
going to take a break.
We're going right into predictions here.
Let's do. I mean, what else is on your agenda?
We're going to talk.
We're going to talk about We're going to talk about FACO afterwards, because I got to relax.
Okay, yeah.
Because that fires me up. It has for decades. There's a real problem with the coaches of this area.
It's about to get testy here.
And you brought it up. And they're pure, just sheer jealousy for the Vanguard night football program. And by the way, it bleeds over to other sports as well. What they did Wednesday night is a travesty. And guess what? Every year that they do it, it's a travesty, and I can't stand it.
Here's the problem with FACA, Galen.
Talk about it.
Is first of all, and from what I understand, Price Harris, he's the guy that's in charge of the whole FACA voting for Marion County, Alachua County. He's like the liaison guy, and from what I've been told, he does a good job organizing it, getting everybody together. But what actually happened is he gave all the coaches the choice. Hey, we can meet this Wednesday to do the voting, Wednesday night, or we can do Sunday night. From what I understand, the majority of the coaches also, let's do Wednesday. We don't want to ruin our Sunday. And Coach Farmer from Vanguard and Coach Ackerman from Bellevue are saying, hey, wait a second, guys. We got a district championship Friday. Why are we going to do this FACA voting for all district before the district championship? This makes no sense here.
Yeah.
And they got overruled. They did a FACA voting where a lot of guys from Vanguard, in my opinion, they were shamed from the team. And
let's be clear. You look at the front four of Vanguard, you can compare it to any front four in the state of Florida, and they're going to get at least one guy in there. How did they not get a guy from the front four?
Zero.
Go ahead.
Zero guys. And then even Bellevue. Bellevue was the only team in Marion County who got no representatives on the first team. And the argument is, you didn't play anybody, you didn't play anyone. But you know what? Then you should have done the voting on Sunday.
Correct.
Because then you get to see how these guys play against who was arguably the most talented team, not only in Marion County but all Central Florida.
In the state, they're number 3 in the state.
Yeah. So what gives Marion County coaches? And then not only that, there is a certain coach at a certain school. I'm not going to say his name.
I can.
But he lost a lot of transfers to Bellevue High School.
Correct.
And from what I understand,
he used to coach here.
Yeah.
His name is Robin Williams.
No, not him.
Not him. I know who he voted for.
What school did Bellevue get a lot of transfers from?
Oh, Lake Weir. Well,
and from what I understand, that guy was the deciding vote for a lot of
unbelievable
when it came down to a tie.
It's sad.
And he voted against guys who transferred away from him to Bellevue
out
of spite.
It's sad.
Out of spite. Oh, and by the way, a Lake Weir linebacker, who Lake Weir is atrocious. A Lake Weir linebacker made the team, and to my understanding, and I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, somebody can let me know. But to my understanding, it was either he quit the team at halftime, or got kicked off the team temporarily at halftime when they were getting their butts shoved in by Bellevue at halftime.
Yeah.
And somehow this kid makes first team all different. So
It's shameful. And you know who gets hurt? And Farmer and I talk about this every year. The coaches, it's not about the coaches at that point.
Yeah.
It's about the players who bust their butt. And it impacts recruiting. I've heard, it doesn't matter. It does.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You put that on your film, and maybe it's a D2 coach who looks at it and go, okay, this kid must be pretty good.
Yeah.
He was better from that kid from Vanguard. So what we're going to do is we're going to step aside because they're about to play the national anthem.
We're going to go into the Ackerman interview?
Yeah, we're going to do a break, and then we're going to come back from the Ackerman interview. You're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
Brought the Ocala International Airport. This is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Welcome back to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source. I'm Galen Unell, and I'm joined by the head coach of the Bellevue Rattlers, Brady Ackerman. Brady, congratulations on getting your team to this point where the whole city is fired up about you taking on the Knights tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, this is obviously something you work towards. You want to have a meaningful game in late October, and what better way than to do it against the kingpin of Ocala football. Vanguard's been on top for a long time, and excellent program, excellent coach, and we look forward to the challenge.
And again, this Vanguard team is extremely physical. Mm-hmm. Defensively, they're as good as any team that I can remember in recent memory for sure. And then it goes against your offense, which is just played outstanding. So it's that classic offense versus defense. Is that the way you're seeing it?
Yeah, I think the line of scrimmage at both sides will be the key, and they look, they're physical. They're strong on the D line, and we feel like we're strong on the D line as well. So maybe whichever D line handles the other offensive line will play well. But the thing about their defense is they don't make it complicated. That's why their kids play so well. They're talented. They line up correctly, and they run to the ball. They don't think. They know where they're supposed to go and what they're supposed to be. And when you get them confused, or if you can get a chance, and then it'll maybe a few opportunities. I've talked to our guys all week. It may be 3 shots the whole game. When we get them, you got to capitalize on them, because that's the only way you'll have a chance to beat them, because they're really good on defense.
And offensively, you guys have just made big play after big play after big play, and that's something that Vanguard is susceptible to, because you can occasionally confuse them. But you're right, you have to maximize that opportunity.
Yeah, and again, when I say confuse them, we're just saying maybe we come up with a better play than what they've got on defense. But the one thing that I think gives us a chance is our quarterback can scramble. Our quarterback scrambles to throw. All right, he's not scrambling to take off and run. As soon as the protection breaks down, he keeps his eyes down the field, which is why I feel like he's the best quarterback in town. So if he can play well and handle the pressure from the front four and make good decisions with the football and know when to run it and when to take the shot, then I think we can hang around and make it a good game.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit more about your offense, and it all starts with Flythe, right? Because I've been really impressed. You made that comparison during the first interview to Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
And that has just stuck in my head, because you're right. It's rare for a junior in high school to scramble with his eyes downfield.
Right. The first thing they want to do when the protection breaks down is look at the rush and go. And I think early on in the season, we struggled a little bit up front on the offensive line in our first couple of games, and he was kind of doing that a little bit. But he's grown and matured, and the thing I like about him now is we're at the point where I can give him a play, and if he knows it's a bad play, he can check out of it. He knows the offense. He's an extension of me on the field. He's grown up as a leader. The kids really believe in him, and I think he's he's the key to the game for us tonight. I mean, I think if he plays well and he continues to make plays, and look, he's not going to go out there and pick apart this defense. You got to take what they give you, and when the opportunities, like we talked about at the beginning, present themselves, you got to take advantage of them.
All right, well, let's talk about the defensive side of the ball for you guys. You've been solid, right? And what you force teams to do is be very methodical, and you're not making a lot of mistakes on the defensive side of the ball, and you're not helping the offense. How important is that going to be tonight?
I think it's huge. I think the one reason Vanguard is as good as they are is you look at their plus-minus in the turnover margin, they're way up there in double digits, and we're right there in double digits because our defense turns people over, and we've been taking care of the football until last week. We had a couple of fumbles, but, I think that for us, avoiding the big play, you can stop Vanguard on first down. You can sack them on second down, and it'd be 3rd and 20, but they have so many good athletes that if you have poor eye discipline in the secondary, if the linebacker takes the wrong path to the quarterback, if the D lineman goes in when he's supposed to go out, they hurt you. You really got to play. And McFadden's done a terrific job with our defense, being disciplined. We have a good, sound plan. I expect a defensive battle tonight, to be honest with you. And I think our defense will show up and play well. But they do have some terrific athletes. They got 2 good quarterbacks, a great running back, a couple of receivers that play both ways. But the guys that can really just one play, you make a mistake, they burn you. And we can't have that tonight.
Yeah, this is by far and away the toughest matchup you guys have faced all year.
No doubt. What are they, 3rd in the state or something? It'd be a tough matchup for Orlando Jones if they were playing them. So, we know what we're up against, and the one thing I've told our kids is let's have fun, man. This is not there's no reason for us to be uptight. There's no reason for us to be nervous. There's no reason for us to worry about the outcome. Just take it one play at a time, play the next play, and enjoy it. Because if you're not enjoying it, why are you doing it? We're going to have fun tonight.
This could be a game that every one of these players remembers for the rest of their life, arguably, right? I don't think this is a game you forget. You're going to remember the hype. You're going to remember taking on Vanguard.
Yeah, no, I think for the seniors, yeah. For the underclassmen, we plan on being in this position every year. So we plan on playing them every year for the district title, as long as they're in our district. So, I'm happy for our seniors because when I got here, I said the sooner you buy in, the quicker we can have success. Because I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I've lied. So I got a 10-year contract. I don't have a 10-year. The kids don't know that.
Sure.
You're year to year in high school football, but I got a 10-year contract. I go, if you guys want to take 3 years to get this thing going, I'm fine. I'm good. I'll see my kids and we'll win a couple of games. But the seniors really bought in. Jackson Dennis, Dylan Kennard, Mike Miner, Daryl Miner. And then, we had an influx of really good kids in Jahari Baker and Amarion Dudley, who didn't fit in at other programs, but have fit in greatly at our program. And so I'm proud of our seniors. I'm proud of what they've done to get us to this point, and we hope we can send them out with a championship.
Yeah, it's been awesome to see this turnaround firsthand, having watched Bellevue over the years, and what this team is bringing to the field now is a completely different team. So good luck tonight, Coach.
All right, thank you, and make sure you keep Ivory in line tonight.
Oh, boy, tonight's going to be fun. Who the heck knows with that guy? But you should see the stats he's texting me. John Ivory is
He needs to write them down. Does he have them memorized?
Yeah, he actually came to me and said, hey, we need to figure out where we're going to talk pregame. I'm like, this is John Ivory. I just let you go. You're a troll.
Hey, the only stat that matters is the final score.
That's correct. That's correct. Well, Coach Ackerman, best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
And it's going to be electric tonight at Booster. Is there a better stadium in Marion County to play in?
Ours, but other than that, yes. I told Farmer in the off season, because when I used to recruit Vanguard, I always had to stop. I'd pick up my son. When I'd come back in from Jackson State, we went and saw Vanguard in Armwood, and I was recruiting Chemo and the receiver Travis Isaac, and got to have a hamburger, man. That grill, they do have it. They do it right. They do it right over there. It'll be fun. I mean, being on the road, this is awesome. This is awesome. I can't wait.
Go Rattlers.
Go Rattlers.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Oh, we are back live just as the Vanguard Knights take the field after the coin toss and all the preliminaries, and Vanguard's got the fire extinguisher coming through, and now the Bellevue Rattlers take the field from the east end zone, and John's going to try to touch the camera all night. Yeah. This is why I put it as far away from you as possible. So, Johnny, it's kickoff time, and we are ready. And it was a cool little fact. They honored the first football team that Vanguard ever had 50 years ago. I thought that was a cool little touch.
Yeah. And I guess it's time now. We can go with predictions, like you want to.
Fix your mic.
Okay.
There you go.
Better.
Make sure you talk.
Well,
yes.
it's just falls
well,
down naturally.
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
Well, maybe.
Well, predictions. Am I going first? Or are you going first, or Galen?
Oh no! I'm not a prediction guy.
Oh, you're not a prediction guy.
You're a prediction guy. I've already. By the way, I've been I'm still betting the under, and I still have Vanguard by 14. I mean, I've said that 3 weeks ago.
So your prediction is Vanguard by 14, but you won't give a score.
Because math's not my strong suit. All right. I think Vanguard scores 27 points, and therefore Bellevue scores 13. 27-13.
So yeah, and I'm going to make a little bit of the homer pick here.
Of course you are.
And I'm going to say Bellevue wins by a field goal. Our guy, Aiden Karzmarski, otherwise known as AK-22, kicks the game-winning field goal to win the game tonight, 24-21.
Well, this week you were at practice every day.
I was at practice one day. I went to Bellevue's practice Tuesday.
You got the honor of speaking before the team.
Hey,
which,
caught me off guard, by the way. Totally unprepared for that. But
by the way, and you understand, as a guy going back to his alma mater, having the coach reach out to you to ask to do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a neat thing.
It's pretty cool.
And I think it's cool, too, how I got to implement how Brady uses that strike-first mentality, and it's nothing different from what we did back when Brent Hall was the head coach, because his mentality was throw the first punch. It's no different. Make the first big play.
So what's the score, Johnny, right before the kickoff?
I just said 24-21.
24-21.
Bellevue.
Victor Maldonado is going to be the kicker. Back deep, we've got Swanders back there. And here we go. And the hype is now over. Now it's game time. Nice line drive kick. That's picked up on the line drive by Swander at the 5. He heads over the right side. He's over the 20. He's at the 30. He's got the edge. He's got one man to beat. He's over midfield, and he's knocked out of bounds by that one man. The kicker knocked him out of bounds, and John is going to man this camera until it falls over.
Well, I tell you, heck of a return there by Swander, but really the credit to the return goes to the bad kick. There was no height on that kick. Line drive kick. Gave a lot of room for Swander to make a big return. And now Bellevue is starting on the Vanguard 40-yard line.
Great field position.
45, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Vanguard 45.
He was knocked out of bounds before. I thought he got almost to the 35, but they're going to mark him out at the 45. It'll be 1st and 10.
And the rain has calmed down. It was raining, but it's not raining anymore, so good news.
So I already know the first play. Let's see. And by the way, Brady texted at the farmer. He's going to do a little swing pass to Dudley, and Dudley is brought down for a 3-yard loss, and that was a first-hand experience of the way this Vanguard Knight flies to the football.
Yeah,
Johnny.
So Bellevue just got a taste there of what a fast defense looks like. They motion the star wide receiver Dudley into the backfield, throw a little swing pass to him, and that secondary from Vanguard was there in a heartbeat. They weren't fooling anybody. Hopkins gets there for a loss of 1
Jalen Williams was there. Senko was on the other side. So here we go. Flight now at 2nd and 12. They're going to give it to Reed. Reed gets stood up at the line of scrimmage by Jalen Williams, the big fellow, with another tackle for loss for Vanguard. That's going to set up 3rd down and a long Although say you got back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 12.
Yeah, so Bellevue there just ran a simple trap play, pulling the backside guard to the play side. They got defensive ends in the 3 technique of Vanguard, and Coach Ackerman feels like he could probably trap those ends there.
Well, and they're not small either, are they, Johnny? That again, that front 4 is as good as it gets. Jalen Williams on the defensive end on the right side. Flight drops back. He's looking deep. He's under pressure. Now he's going to tuck it. Tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's over midfield, and he's right near the first down marker. It'll be either 4th and shy, or it'll be first down. Let's see where they end up spotting that, Johnny.
Yeah, and that was Markel Davis on the tackle for Vanguard, and Bellevue's got a 4th and 1 situation.
You got to go for it here, right?
They're
Ball's going to sit at the 37.
Yeah, they're on the Vanguard 36. You've got to go for it here.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, they got great field position. Good play there by Flight. And he was running for his life, and it paid off. So Flight's in shotgun, goes hard, tries to draw up the Vanguard Knight. This Vanguard Knight team is more disciplined.
Great discipline there by the offensive line, too, to not jump
Absolutely.
off. So, yeah.
So now they're going to put Reed in the deep backfield. They're going to run an option. Flight keeps it himself, fakes it, and he's got enough for the first down. That's a big play there by the junior Flight.
Yeah, so Bellevue just runs a simple option to the wide side of the field. They took that wide side. He had the option there to pitch it to the running back Reed, and he actually did a fake pitch and leans over. He got that first down by probably about a half a yard, so it was close.
Sure. So it'll be 1st and 10, ball sit at the 35. Flight is in shotgun. As Johnny said, it rained briefly pregame, but it stopped almost right at the kick. Flight drops back. He's going to look deep. Now he throws it to Reed on a little swing pass, and that is closed up. Reed breaks a tackle. He breaks 5. He's got 9 yards. Should have been a loss of 5. Instead, it's a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and short.
Yeah, Reed, what a play there. That should have been about a loss of 4 there, and he breaks the tackle. That was number 24, Markel Davis for Vanguard, who actually went for the tackle and misses the tackle. But credit number 64, right tackle for Bellevue High School. Ethan Dodsworth, he went out there and he pancaked Davis as he was trying to make the tackle too there. So Bellevue's getting after it. They're getting physical, and they knew if they're going to win this game, they got to be the more physical team. And right now, I'm seeing a lot of physicality on both sides of the ball here.
And this has been fun so far. It's really been a chess game, and I think everybody coming into this week, it was the air raid against this Vanguard defense. So here we go. It's 2nd and 4, and John's going to touch the camera. Hopefully it doesn't take us off the air. They're going to give it to Reed. He heads over the right side this time, breaks 1 tackle before, again, Jalen pulls him down, and it'll be a gain of 1. You know I'm a huge fan of Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams, the Trinity Catholic transfer, senior defensive end for the Vanguard Knights. I mean, this is a kid that's a Division I football player. Not only does he look the part, he plays the part. So excited to see how he plays tonight for the Vanguard Knights.
And he's just a great kid. I'm a huge fan of him. 3rd and 1. Flight then shotgun. He's going to drop back. He looks to the right. Now he's going to look deep. He gets it up, and it is picked off by the Vanguard Knights. And that's going to be Senko. Senko's over midfield. He breaks a tackle. He's got no one in front of him and blockers in front. Now he cuts it back, and he's going to be walking into the end zone. No, it looks like he pulled up. Did he get a cramp or something? But he's going to be pulled down at the 20. It'll be 1st and 10.
We do have a flag on the play.
Don't touch it. Just leave it. Every time you touch it, it crickles.
Sorry. So, so 3rd and 1 situation there. Coach Ackerman decides to throw a pass play, and he's looking for what looked like was just a little bit of a skinny post to the wide receiver. I couldn't catch who the receiver was, but they threw it right in Senko's way. We said pregame, that's a guy you don't want to throw to.
Well, he kind of threw it and had a little way too much loft in it, and Vanguard's just too fast.
Yeah.
And they closed on that ball in a heartbeat. So there is going to be a penalty on the return. Vanguard will keep the football, but it'll be a block in the back, and that ball's going to come back inside Vanguard territory to about the 35.
Yeah,
maybe.
they're going to
personal foul.
It's a situation where Vanguard could have been starting from about the Bellevue 25-yard line, and instead now they have to start from about their own 35 here. But, hey, you know what? Credit number 2,
That was
Ernest
a
White, the
15-yard
quarterback.
penalty.
Ernest Flight, the guy who throws the interception, is the guy who chased Senko down to make the tackle. So I like to see that out of the quarterback. You know, he wasn't sitting there pouting, I just threw an interception, walking off the field. He didn't stop. He went and he chased him down to make the tackle.
Yeah, it was a great play. I thought Senko was walking into the end zone. He almost pulled up. Not sure why he stopped running there. But so here they go. Looks like Vanguard's going to go jumbo. Who's that big fella in the backfield in front of Betterson? Betterson's a great physical running back.
That's 51, McBride.
And he jumps offside. McBride with a 5-yard penalty. So they all automatically went with a jumbo set. And Curry is the quarterback. So the lone wide receiver is Terrell Randall.
Yeah.
One of the twins, his brother is playing at Bethune.
You know, and I think this is Vanguard right now sending a message to Bellevue. They're saying, hey, you know what? We're the more physical team. And that's why they're in jumbo right away, and they want to pound the ball down Bellevue's throats. And I like the strategy that Vanguard's doing.
2 tight end set, 1 wide receiver. They're going to give it to big man Betterson. Betterson's got 5. He carries another guy for a first down. He's up near midfield before he's knocked out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 Knights inside the Bellevue territory.
Yeah, just a simple off-tackle run there by Betterson. And big run there. That's about a gain of 25 there for him. For the Bellevue Rattlers, Trey Sims, number 4, on the tackle.
So Curry comes to the line, and he hands it off again to Betterson, this time over the right side. He's got 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. And
Gaskin, not Curry.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's Gaskins. Sorry.
Curry plays up for us. Come on
Yes,
now.
he did. Yes, he does. All right. So Curry, that was a joke. Gaskins, the sophomore, wearing number 4 today. And it's interesting watching Vanguard go big here. Haven't seen this done. Usually Vanguard likes to run, 5 wide.
This wasn't even on film.
No, it wasn't. And again, they're going to give it to Betterson. He breaks 1 tackle at the line, tries to bounce it outside, and does. He's got the edge. He's over the 30-yard line. He's tipping toe down the sideline. Touchdown, Betterson. 6-0 Knights with 6:47 left to go in the first quarter.
And I want to credit there big number 51 for the Vanguard Knights, McBride. Big man at fullback. He absolutely crushed the Bellevue defender coming in there. So quick touchdown there for the Vanguard Knights.
3 plays?
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, pregame we talked to one of my favorite people in Larry Fuqua, and he goes, y'all been talking a lot about our offensive line. Get ready, we got something for you, and so far they do. And now into kick is going to be Victor Maldonado. Good snap, good hold, nice kick. That kid's got a good leg. He's kicked the 47-yarder. It's 7-0 here at Booster Stadium as the Knights strike first.
So now my big question for Bellevue High School is how do they respond? How do they respond to this? Because at this point, it was Vanguard who threw the first punch. Vanguard struck first, not Bellevue. But now you got to respond. You got to face the adversity.
Yeah, and all the officials. This is one of these crews that like to talk a lot. So a lot of talking going back and forth with the officials. Not sure what they're doing. But both teams are lining up for the kickoff. Back deep will be Swander. And again, Flight just can't float the ball up in this secondary because this secondary will eat you up.
He cannot float that football one bit. He's got to be a little bit more decisive in his decision making. Quite frankly, on that interception, I felt like he had a lane where he could have ran and got the easy first down. So you got to be a little bit smarter with the football in those situations on 3rd and 1.
And again, protecting the football is everything, especially against this explosive Vanguard team. Vanguard brought in a DJ. So if it sounds like I'm at the club, I'm really just at Booster Stadium.
Well, let's see here if this kicker for Vanguard can get the kick a little bit higher versus a line drive.
And there it is. And that's a pretty kick,
Johnny.
That's
a nice kick there.
That's going to be fielded at the 4. Swander's going to run it this time to the left side. Needs a block, but he's going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. Good pursuit there by the Vanguard Knights special teams.
Number 7 for the Vanguard Knights. That looks like that was Isaiah Guy on the tackle. So Isaiah Guy, a guy who transferred here from Forest for his senior year. And he's a guy that probably that Bellevue is going to throw a lot more balls at.
I would hope.
I think they're going to stop throwing the ball at number 2, Emil Sanko, and they're probably going to throw a lot more at 7.
I wonder if they have an audible called fake offers. All right, so Flight's going to be in shotgun. To his right is Reed, 2 wideouts each way. They're going to bring Dudley in motion, setting him up in the slot. Flight looks that way, but he is hit and brought down for a 10-yard loss by the sophomore Ridley. That kid's going to be special.
Yeah, Ridley, he just came around on the edge there, beats the right tackle, and he's ripe for the cooking. Or I'm sorry, the left tackle. Beat the left tackle for Bellevue, and Flight gets hit on his blind side, unfortunately.
Riley Smith, he basketball player. I tried to recruit him for the Falcons. He doesn't want to play basketball. He wants to play football. Now they're going to give it to the delayed draw to Eugene Reed. He's brought down for a 3-yard loss, and all of a sudden this defensive front is flexing its muscles.
Well, if you're Bellevue High School, what you want to do right now is you want to get a few yards, get outside of this little 5-yard, 4-yard line that you're in, because you don't want to be punting from inside your own end zone. And then hopefully you get a good punt. I could see Coach Ackerman probably throwing in a little quarterback draw here.
The ball's at the 5. They got to get to the 25 for a first down. Flights in shotgun. He fires out to Swander. Incomplete. He was under all kinds of pressure there again by Riley Smith.
Yeah, so they went to Swander there on the corner route. Unfortunately, Flight overthrows him, but I think he was kind of covered there too. He wasn't exactly open.
Well, Johnny, we've got a water break now. That was a tough 3-and-out there. The Vanguard defense flexed its muscles, and they got that first down sack, and then from then on, Bellevue was just chasing the chains.
And here's the thing. I mean, Bellevue has not faced these type of situations a lot. They haven't seen a lot of 3-and-outs. Most of the teams that they've played this year, they're scoring, and they're scoring in about 2, 3, or 4 plays, kind of like what Vanguard just did to them. So it's going to be interesting to see here how the Bellevue defense responds when Vanguard gets the ball back, and they got to get a good punt. They don't want to give Vanguard good field position here.
Yeah, Dennis Jackson is the punter for this team. Jackson Dennis. I knew I was going to do that.
You're going to get yelled at by the parents.
I know. Jackson Dennis. You would think I practiced it. Got a good call on his touchdown last week. Jackson Dennis is going to be the punter. He's standing basically on the back line of the end zone. Isaiah Hopkins, wearing number 1 for the Vanguard Knights, back at home after a year at Westport. He's going to be standing at his own 30. There's the kick, and it is under all kinds of pressure. It's blocked. And it's a touchdown. Vanguard recovered. Couldn't quite see what happened there, but it's a touchdown. Knights on the blocked punt.
Yeah, so
just like that, 13-0.
It looks like most of the pressure there came out on the edge, and quite frankly, I'm not sure what the Bellevue Rattlers were doing there, because one of the guys they had in the block looks like they motioned him out wide, and that's where the pressure came. So a miscue by the special teams there by the Bellevue Rattlers, which you don't see very often. That was one of the things I said coming into this football game, where I felt Bellevue maybe had the advantage was their special teams. And right now, we're not seeing that, Galen.
Well, and again, I think I have a world of respect for Farmer, and he's just got athletes. And what that was just the defensive pressure right up the middle. Yeah. The Bellevue's guards got exposed on that play, and Vanguard ran right at him. There's the kick. It's up and good. It's 14-0, 5:21 in the first quarter. And, Johnny, this is your worst fear come true.
You know, this is not what I wanted to see. That is for certain, Galen.
And again, it seems like every aspect that, you are holding hope to, which is special teams, which is this offensive line for Vanguard, they've answered the call.
They absolutely have. Vanguard is actually showing the weaknesses that everybody has been talking about them. They're excelling in those things. So, Vanguard must have had a pretty good week of practice this week. I don't know, but sounds to me like they took this game pretty seriously and had a good week of practice.
Now, the one of the problems that Vanguard's had this year is they kind of take their foot off the gas. Let's see good crowd really starting to pour in as that traffic from 36th Avenue is starting to kind of wane down so people could show up. Hopefully my son brings my Gatorade.
Tell him to get me one, too. I'm kind of thirsty.
Well, I
just played 27 holes of golf today, and I'm still sweating from it.
And again, I respect the heck out of Farmer. I say that all the time. And do I defend him? Absolutely. I love the Knights. But I love the Rattlers. I love the Colts.
You love them
I'm a
all.
Wildcat. Yeah. All right, here comes Swander off the kick. He's brought down and hit right at the 9-yard line.
You know, I'm not sure why that wasn't a touchback there. When he fielded that ball, his right foot was in the end zone.
Well,
and if there's any foot in the end zone, it's automatically a touchback. So
I'm not sure why you even bothered returning
Yeah,
that. That was a great high kick.
Yeah.
Great kick there by Victor Maldonado. That's a great kicker name.
Swander needs to be a little bit smarter than that. You know, this Bellevue this Vanguard kickoff team has been putting on some great coverage here, with the exception of the first kickoff, but that wasn't on the kickoff team. That was just a low kick by the kicker, so it didn't give them a lot of time to get down there. So
again, bad field position for Flight and the boys. Reed's going to be to his right. Let's see what Ackerman dials up here. He's going to have Flight pull on the draw. He heads over the right side. He picks up 2. And he's brought down pretty quickly. I thought he had a hold there, or a hole, I'm sorry, but it closed up really quickly.
Yeah, you know, so this is Coach Ackerman just trying to, let's get some chunks of yards right now.
Let's calm things down.
Yeah, let's calm things down. Let's put the ball in Fly's hands, get him a few yards. If he happens to break it, great. But I don't think Coach Ackerman is going to do anything too risky here deep in his own territory.
Yeah, so Bellevue's going to go 3 wideouts to the left. They're going to put Dudley in the slot. Nobody's over the top of him. They're going to give it to Reed. He heads over the right side. Jalen Williams says you're going no further, and then he's helped by Tyreek Hicks, and that combination coming over from Trinity has made a huge impact on this defense.
Yeah, so Bellevue High School looks like they were just running a little bit of a simple zone read over there. Reed takes it to the left side, and he's got nowhere to go. I mean, there was literally just 2 defenders there waiting for him.
So now, 3rd and 14, they're going to bring in Riley Smith at the defensive end, move Jalen Williams inside, fly thin shotgun. He drops back. He's got a little time. Now he steps up into the pocket. He's going to keep it himself. He's trying to get to the first down, and
I think he might have it. It's going to be close.
Let's see where that's spotted. He was knocked forward.
He's got it. They're going to give it to him.
I think you're right. That is a kind spot there, and good hustle there by Flythe.
You know, Flythe's got some moxie back there in the pocket. I mean, he didn't
poised.
see a whole lot, and he just took off, and he was not letting anyone get in front of him.
And they needed that first down big time. 2 wideouts each way. Reed now to Flythe's right. They're going to give it to Reed. He heads right up the middle. He's got 4, 5, barrels a guy over to pick up 7. That was a hard run by Eugene Reed, and that's the kind of run this Bellevue Rattler team needs.
Yeah, and so far, 4 plays on this air raid offense, and we've got 0 throws. So it seems like Coach Ackerman not so much abandoning the throw, but maybe
there's a bad snap. Flight's going to pick it up, and there's going to be a holding call, and that's one of those 10 yards from the spot. Ooh, that'll end up being a 16-yard. But the good news is it looks like the
hold was, not at the line of scrimmage.
No, it's a 16-yard penalty.
Yeah, so for all of our viewers out there, what we're talking about there is the high school has this asinine rule where if there's a holding penalty, it's not a hold. You don't get 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. It's a holding penalty from where that spot of the foul was. So the holding was 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So it really turns into a 15-yard penalty here for the Bellevue Rattlers.
It's a gross penalty. It's just gross. And so now it'll be 2nd down, and they're going to call it 17. We'll call it 16. They need to get all the way out to about the 28-yard line. Flight in shotgun. 2 wideouts each way for the Rattlers. They trail 14-0. Flight drops back. He fires. He's got, Lancott. Lancott's hit him. Swander, I'm sorry. And he's in immediately for a gain of 3.
Yeah.
It'll be 3rd and 14, and he was popped by Hickson.
Yeah, so Swander was just running a little bit of a simple crossing route there, 5-yard drag. And number 23 for Vanguard, Cameron Powell, he's right there to make the hit. So
Cam Powell, athlete.
And that is something else that Bellevue has not seen. I mean, they haven't been in situations where they're running these little crossing routes, and guys are right there to hit them right away.
Yeah, Cam Powell's a starter on the basketball team as well, and he was starter as a freshman. He's just a sophomore. He's a talented athlete. Flight drops back, needs 12, fires to the sticks. Dudley catches it, and he's popped by Sanko, and that'll be just short. It'll be 4th down and 3, and do you punt it here? Don't you have to punt it?
You've got to punt it here, and Amarian Dudley, hey, nice catch there. He was just running a simple comeback route, but he's got to have better awareness, too, to get to the sticks.
Yeah,
you've got to get to that first down marker. If you're running a comeback, you've got to get to those sticks and get your team the first down. Instead now, you've got a 4th and 3 situation, and you've got to punt from deep in your own territory again from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Sanko's not going to miss a tackle.
He's not.
So back deep is Isaiah Hopkins, and those of you that followed the broadcast last year with Westport, you know that Hopkins is capable of taking this ball back at any moment. there's a delay on the field because the officials need to talk, and Vanguard's going to call a timeout. I don't think they like their alignment there. And with 1:53 left to go here in the first quarter, Johnny, it's 14-0 Vanguard, and they are driving to score once again.
They're saying number 17 is not Victor Maldonado.
Who is it then?
It looks like it's Grandlin Wilcox.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. My bad. I'm just going by the roster that was given to me. Granlin what?
Wilcox.
Wilcox.
Yeah.
All right.
He's the
Maldonado sounds like more of a kicker's name anyway. But he probably played here 12 years ago. I don't know. All right. So Wilcox has done all the kicking. Good job so far. And again, if you're Jackson Dennis here, John, are you worried at all about that rush that came right up the middle and blocked the punt last time?
If you're a punter, you can't think about that type of stuff. You just got to get the ball and get the punt off. You can't think about what happened on that last punt. That's not on him to worry about. That's on the guys blocking to worry about.
Boy, Isaiah is right at about the 50-yard line. Good kick by Dennis. It's going to be bounced. No, it didn't. I'm not sure why Hopkins didn't go get that. It takes a 10-yard bounce, and that turns out to be a nice kick. It'll be at the 34-yard line. Flag on the play. Holding against Bellevue, and I'm pretty sure Vanguard's going to make them re-kick this.
And that hurts if you're the Bellevue Rattlers, because now you've got to kick from your own 15, and Jackson Dennis just gave them a really nice kick to where Vanguard was going to have to start this drive from their own 35.
It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the hold. What's interesting is I really think Jalen Williams is going to get a hand on that one too. He was absolutely pulled down.
Well, and I think in a situation like this, now that you're backing them up even further, Coach Farmer, he's probably going to bring the house here, if I had to guess. He's going to try to block this thing again.
Well, again, Hopkins was back there, but he didn't even make a play for the football. It was a good kick by Jackson Dennis. Nice hanging kick.
Yeah.
Took a 12-yard bounce. And so now Jackson Dennis is going to be kicking from inside his own end zone again. And the way this Vanguard presence is going right up the front with Riley Smith, who stands at about 6'4". He's a solid kid. Let's see what happens here. And there's the snap. The kick is up, and he gets it off. Jackson Dennis gets an end over end, bounces at the 45-yard line, and bounces 3 yards backwards. It'll be down at the 43.
Yeah, Vanguard got a nice bounce there on the punt. It landed to about the 46-yard line and goes backwards 3 yards. So now Vanguard gets to start this drive from the Bellevue 44.
They have been dominating this first quarter. Bellevue put a couple of that first drive together, got close, then flight through the interception. And since then, we have been playing on the west side of Booster Stadium. And again, Booster Stadium's the best field and best stands in Marion County.
The best atmosphere,
It is the worst amenities in all of sports.
But
nobody goes to the bathroom here because you could die of tetanus.
You're right about that.
And hepatitis. It's terrible.
It's a great atmosphere.
All right, so they're going to bring in shotgun. They're going to hand it off on a toss sweep to Randall. And Tyrell Randall makes 3 guys miss. And he's just a load to bring down. And Fred Gaskins doesn't have to do much right now.
He doesn't, no. And Tyra Randall just comes on a simple orbit motion around the quarterback from the slot there, gave him a toss, and right now Vanguard's showing how they've got the better speed.
They're going to give it to Betterson, who's in the deep shotgun. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. That's coming back. I think there was a hold right there at the spot of the foul. Looked like Baker got held. And thank you, son.
And that was actually the first big stop there.
There's my son, John Ivory.
He's a tall kid. First stop there by the Bellevue Rattlers defensively in terms of not allowing a yard on the run play there. Number 65 for Bellevue, the defensive lineman, Michael Miner. He's a guy who have been calling his name a lot lately on this defensive line for them.
And he's a guy who's just consistently improving. Again, that 10-yard penalty for holding. Now it'll be first down and 21 for Vanguard. Gaskins. This is the first time I've gotten to see him play since his MCYFL days. Let's see if they do anything with him. 3 wideouts to the top, 1 to the bottom. Betterson's to his left. He's going to throw it to Betterson on the swing pass. He is wide open. He's got 5. He's got 10. He's got no one between him and the end zone. Total breakdown in coverage. It's 20-0 Vanguard.
Well, not so much a breakdown in coverage as it was actually Gaskin noticing the blitz there. Bellevue High School brought in a cornerback blitz. Number 20 is Dean Henry from the edge. And Vanguard actually had a swing pass of the running back Betterson going right to where that cornerback blitz from. So that's why he was wide open.
Wow, he was untouched for the length of that play. So that'll go down as a 37-yard touchdown for Betterson, his second of the night. And there's the kick, and it is good. It's 21-0 with 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Wilcox with the extra point. And Johnny, wow, this offense for Vanguard's looking good tonight. And that big play explosiveness that Vanguard's always been known for has been there. Betterson with a 48-yard TD run, and now he backed it up with a 37-yard TD run.
What we're seeing is a speed kills, right? Speed kills. And Vanguard has exposed that. And we all knew coming into this game that Vanguard was a faster team. You know, one of the things that I was impressed with Bellevue High School was when I was at their practice, Coach McFadden, the defensive coordinator, he ingrained in their heads, guys, these guys are faster than you. We have to be in position. This is assignment football. We can't give them the wide side of the field. You know, so maybe there's some misassignments going on. I don't know, but I do think part of it is we're seeing Vanguard run a formation in this jumbo set that we have not necessarily seen on film. So, you know, like I said, a game of chess. Farmer's winning that game of chess because he brought something in here that they were not prepared for. But then again, too, they were in the spread on that last touchdown.
And it was easy. You know, I mean, it's an easy read. I'm not sure why the safety didn't come over. But here comes Wilcox. He's going to put his foot into it. Another high kick. This time, Swanner does the right thing and lets it go into the end zone.
100%. Yeah, so I think on the last kick return, Coach Ackerman gave him a little bit of an earful.
Flag on the play. Why? What? Come on, officials. Please don't ruin this football game.
Well, it looks like they're calling it on maybe a sideline penalty because he's staring down Coach Ackerman like he's the one that did something. I don't know, but we'll see what happens here.
All right,
Coach Natil, the linebackers coach, seems a little bit flustered right now.
We're still waiting. They're still talking about some things. The ball is standing at the 20-yard line. They're going to call personal foul, chop block against Bellevue, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty from the 20-yard line. Wow, John, it's just –
you can't, and you know that right there is lack of discipline by Bellevue High School. That is something that you just can't do. You can't do that on the kick return team.
Well, they're going to do it just a 10-yard penalty. 10-yard penalty.
Especially when you know that you're probably going to settle for a touchback.
Oh, unbelievable. But it'll be 1st and 10 for Flight. Let's see if he can get something going offensively. They're down by 21 here. 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They're going to send Baker in motion. They're going to give it to him on the swing pass. He's trying to break a tackle. He picks up 3. Good positive gain on first down. They got something there.
You know, and Jahari Baker, that's a guy that is mainly a defensive player for the Bellevue Rattlers. Plays mainly safety, a little bit of linebacker, but now we've got him in on offense. And Coach Ackerman's told me, listen, he's the best overall, most talented guy in this football team. Senior transfer from Trinity Catholic. He just wants to get the ball in his hands right now.
2 wideouts, 3 wideouts to the top, 2 to the bottom. Flight drops back. He's under pressure. He fires a little high, intended for Swander, but it'll be incomplete. It'll set up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and right now this defensive line for Vanguard has proven to be way too much for this Bellevue offensive line. Unfortunately, Flythe is just getting pressured way too much, but good job by him to throw it away and avoid the sack.
21-0. 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 2 wideouts to the bottom, 3 to the top for Flight. He's all by himself in the backfield in shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He drops back. He looks to his left. Now he's going to step up into the pocket, still looking downfield. He's got a man wide open and couldn't hit Dudley.
Man.
He had him, Johnny.
He had him. Dudley was wide open on that crossing route there. Flight, he's getting pressured. I don't know. Maybe he just feels a little bit rattled right now. I don't know. But he's got to make that throw. If you want any chance of getting back in this football game, you need to make those throws. Now, it's not an easy throw either. Let's keep in mind, he's rolling to his left. I mean, that's not a natural throw.
Not at all. Not at all. And again, he's a junior. He didn't get a lot of coaching at Lake Weir. Wait till Brady gets to work with him in the offseason with the 7-on-7 and the things that have made Vanguard skill positions elite. let's let Brady start to develop that on his own end.
Well, in most situations like that, I mean, quarterbacks are taught, hey, if you're going away from your throwing side, you got to set the feet and throw. But he was also getting a lot of pressure.
Delay a game there against Bellevue. Jackson Dennis was standing 3 yards into his own end zone. Well, now Hickson's going to come on late. But I think they only had 10 out there for Vanguard. But that's what Vanguard does right there that frustrates me so much. It's the little things like that in a close football game cost them. You know, it's not having enough guys on the field or too many guys. All right, there's the snap, the kick. Woo! Dennis gets it off. It's going to bounce at the 30 and go out of bounds. And it'll be 1st and 10. And again, Vanguard has dominated the line, possession and field position.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jackson Dennis, not the best punt in the world there. But they in too. Hey, he's kicking from his own end zone. You got kind of a little bit of a shorter blocking situation because if the long snap is not as long anymore. You got a shorter gap now between the snapper and the punter, and he's just trying to get that ball off. And unfortunately, the rush by the Vanguard special teams has proven to be way too much here.
Well, it'll be 1st and 10 for Vanguard. Gaskins is the quarterback. 3 wideouts to the bottom, 1 to the top. Betterson, the running back, is to his left. They're going to send a man in motion. Now he's going to set up right there in the H-back set. And they're going to give a little forward pass there to him, shuffle pass.
Just a little shovel pass there to number 6. That actually looks like that's it's Joshua Rember.
Yeah, and that kid can fly.
Yeah, 11th grader there for
he can fly. He's a track guy.
Well, and number 65 again, Michael Miner, big tackle there for a loss of 2 yards. So first tackle for a loss for the Bellevue defense here.
Yeah, he read that really well, snuffed it out, and was able to shut it down. All right, we're at the end of the first quarter. It's 21-0. Vanguard, you're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Welcome back to high school football. I'm Galen Udall, and I'm joined with the Troll, who's going to be kind of quiet for the rest of the game, I have a feeling. It's 21-0 Vanguard. As his alma mater, he had all kinds of stats about the history of this rivalry. I think he threw those away. All right, so Gaskins is going to drop back. He's under all kinds of pressure. He's brought down from behind by Miner. That'll be another loss of 3.
Actually, that was they went back to the cornerback blitz there. Number 20, Zadine Henry, comes in on the cornerback blitz and gets Gaskins sacked there. So, hey, first situation all game here where Vanguard High School is now facing a 3rd and long.
Well, let's see what the Vanguard Knights can do.
I'm sorry, Jaquan Donnelly.
Okay.
Not Zadine, Jaquan Donnelly on the sack.
And he's coming again. Gaskins stares him down, and he breaks a tackle. Not sure how he got away with that. Now he's going to roll out to his right side. He fires on the run. He's got a man right at the sticks. Nice throw, nice catch there. Couldn't tell who caught that, but that was a nice play there by Gaskins.
Yeah, Jaquan Donnelly actually comes on the cornerback blitz again. Had him, but it looks like one of the offensive linemen did a pretty good job of coming around there and making the block. But number 16 on the catch there,
Watkins.
That's Jameel Watkins on the catch, and it's a 3rd and 1 here for the Vanguard Knights.
And they're going to hurry up here. 10:54 left to go in the half. Vanguard leads 21-0. And Gaskins draws the the Rattlers offside. That'll be a free first down for the Rattlers.
Yeah, they were trying to bring the cornerback, number 20, Jaquan Donnelly, on the cornerback blitz again. They're taking some chances here, this Bellevue defense. They're just trying to bring some pressure. I tell you, Bellevue, that's a missed opportunity. That's one of those missed opportunities that you cannot let happen. 3rd and 14, and you let them get the 13 yards for a 4th and 1 situation. and then you jump off sides, you give them the first down.
Yeah, rough first quarter for Bellevue all the way around. Second quarter hasn't started all that much better. Gaskins in shotgun. They're going to give it to Rimbert. Rimbert with all kinds of speed on the toss sweep to the left side. He breaks the tackle, gets into the end zone, and that kid can fly. And it's 27-0 here at Booster Stadium. It's all night so far.
Yeah, and great toss there to Rimbert. Gets to the outside, gets to the edge. And I also want to credit the sophomore wide receiver, number 14, Cameron King, for the Vanguard Knights. Great block on the edge there. He's really the one that kind of sealed that. When he got an open space, that's what gave Rimbert the open field there for the touchdown.
Beautiful football right there, and he was untouched, Johnny. And again, when you watch film of the Vanguard Knights, when Rimbert gets the field, he explodes. Oh, they're going to call a foul on the play, some type of penalty.
So they're calling back the touchdown.
Yeah,
they're saying it's not a touchdown.
It was holding.
So we still got a 21-0 game.
Yeah, and so that ball moved all the way back out to the 25. Gaskins going to run the exact same play. Rimbert's got the huge hole again. Now he cuts it up the middle. Cuts it back all the way across the field. Same results, just from a little bit further, Johnny. Exact same play. He cut it up the middle, and he was just too fast. 27-0. Rimbert on the 25-yard run.
Yeah, Rimbert gets an open field. He doesn't see any room for him on the play side. Cuts it back across field. He's just way too much speed for the Bellevue linebackers there. Yeah.
Goodness gracious, Rimbert can fly. You know, when you watch him on film, they would throw these little flare passes to him.
Yeah.
And no one, and I mean no one can run with this kid. He can flat out pick him up and put him down. What a special play that was. And there's Wilcox with the kick, and it's good. It's 28-0. Special teams has been rock solid so far for Vanguard.
Yeah, so, at this point, if you're the Bellevue Rattlers, you just can't give up. You got to keep fighting. Because the last thing you want to have happen is them run you out of this stadium. You lose big, like you've been beating your other opponents all year long. Hey, but you know what? This is a good experience for the Bellevue Rattlers. They're seeing, hey, you know what? If we want to be district champions, this is what we have to overcome.
Well, this is what you have to beat.
Yeah. You
want to win a state title. You want to even compete for a state title. This is who you have to beat.
From the very beginning, since the inception of Bellevue High School back in 1994, Vanguard was always the standard.
Sure.
We always knew way back when, if we want to become district champions and make state playoff runs, we have no choice but to beat Vanguard. That's step one. If you can't beat Vanguard, you're not going to get to that next level.
Well, you know what's crazy is that every year somebody finds some kind of a weakness for Vanguard, and they just respond. And by the way, this is a statement game for the Vanguard Knights, just as well as it is for Bellevue. And I think Vanguard's saying, no. It's still our county. There's another beautiful kick that'll be picked up by Swander at the 3. He's going to head over the left side, needs a block, picks up one. Now he's over the 20. He tried to cut it back up midfield. The Knights catch him, but it'll be brought down at the 30.
So that's going to be the first time in many kickoffs where the Bellevue Rattlers get pretty good field position starting from about their own 30-yard line versus starting from about their own 10 or 5 here. So, let's see here what Flythe can do here with a little more field behind them instead of having very little field behind them.
Yeah, and you know what I haven't seen? And I thought for sure that Brady was going to take some shots deep. Let's see if he does that. Dudley's going to be in shotgun, 2 wideouts each way. Reed is to his left. They now move from our left to our right. Flight drops back. He's under pressure. He throws a screen for Reed. Reed picks it up, and he's brought down from behind by Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams almost sacked Flight, then turned around and made the play on the running back.
Yeah, so the Vanguard defense, they were not fooled one bit there. Typically when Bellevue faces teams this year, you've seen that screenplay very effective because you've got defenders going way too far upfield. Vanguard's D-line was very disciplined.
Well, and Ronald Carpenter is the other defensive end, and he was in on the action as well. Now they're going to throw a little pass to Swander, and Swander is eaten up immediately. And Swander's like, boy, I wish I hadn't caught that. That was a loss of 5.
Yeah, so just another screen pass there. Brady's just trying to get the ball in space to his players there. But the reaction and the pursuit by the secondary of the Vanguard Knights, it's something else to watch.
Malik Masinko, and again, you know, there's the Vanguard is faster than you, they're stronger than you, and they are playing their butts off tonight. So Flight's going to drop back. He's under all kinds of pressure by Carpenter. He gets it off the Reed. Reed picks it up at the 15. He's got to get about 30, breaks the tackle, and is knocked out of bounds. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit there by, it looked like Demetrius Watts was there on the tackle.
Yeah, unfortunately for Bellevue, you know, Flight, he's just not getting much protection from his offensive line right now. I mean, he's really being left hanging to dry there. Thankfully, you've got your check down man right there, Eugene Reed, to make the catch versus having to get about a loss of 20 yards was what it looked like was about to happen. And great effort by Reed. I mean, he's trying hard. He's running really hard right now. But this defensive line is just bringing way too much pressure on this offensive line for the Bellevue Rattlers.
Yeah, more punts than I think either one of us expected tonight. Now, again, Jackson Dennis will be standing at his own 9-yard line. During that possession, Bellevue lost 9 yards on that possession. And so they're going to call another timeout. That'll be 2, John. That'll give us a break to kind of take our breath and reassess things.
8:23 left in the first half.
Yeah, and at this point, Vanguard has not been stopped on offense. And you got to be worried about the running clock. Maybe that's the best thing that could happen to you.
No, you don't want that.
No, you do not.
That's the worst thing that can happen because that becomes demoralizing. When you get running clock, that's demoralizing, and people get to hang that over your head.
Well, and again, I think the Bellevue faithful who really showed up, if you're watching the stream, if you've never been to Booster Stadium, it's a heck of a lot bigger than you think. And the Bellevue Blues showed up pretty well. Vanguard, they always show up.
Vanguard's home crowd showed up nicely.
They always do. They always do. They support this team. And again, this Vanguard team is good, John. They're a very, very good football team. So here we go. Jackson Dennis, wearing number 21, will stand at his own 8. Back deep will be Elijah Hopkins. There's the kick. That's a shank. That is a flat shank. That's going to go into the first row of the stands, Johnny. And that looked like a scared kid punting that one.
Yeah,
that ball's going to be marked out at about the 20. Are they going to give him to the 40? Let's see where they end up marking this. What happened to the official? Oh, I guess he got knocked down. They're going to mark him down at the 45-yard line.
I'll say that's
out of bounds at the 45.
That's a generous spot for the Bellevue Rattlers there. I mean, I thought that ball probably went out at about the 35, 36.
I was thinking the 30, but okay.
And instead, this ball's being spotted at about the
41.
45.
41, it looks like where the white cap wants to put it.
Okay.
But the other guy wants it at a different spot.
Yeah, they're kind of going back and forth here on where
these guys they've been talking a lot.
Yeah, one guy wants it on the 41, the other ref wants it on the 45. I just saw a ref that said he wanted it on the 50. So
I'll tell you what, if I talked this much to my wife, I'd have a better marriage. I mean, they talk more in between one play than I do to my wife in a year. Oh, here comes your quarterback, the transfer from the Villages.
Yeah. So
let's see what he can do.
We got number 12, Gilchrist, in the ball game here. So when you see him come in the ball game, Vanguard starts to throw the ball a little bit more.
They're a completely different team.
He's a good-looking kid on film. I was impressed watching him throw the ball.
He's big. He's not a tiny guy by any stretch of the imagination. They have him listed at 6'3", 190. I believe it. He's going to be in shotgun, 3 wideouts to the top. He looks to the bottom, pump fakes. He's going to keep it now. He fires. He's got it to Rembert. Rembert breaks a tackle and is brought down. I don't know how he got that off. He stood up tall and made a nice throw there.
Bellevue had him sacked in the backfield. They had him wrapped up. He was sacked, and he was able to get that ball off at the very last second to Rembert there. Nice hustle there by number 58, Brian Freitag for the Bellevue Rattlers.
And now they're going to hand it right up the middle. He'll be brought down after a gain of about 4. It'll be second down and 4.
And the Bellevue Rattlers, Freitag again getting in on the tackle, as well as the middle linebacker, Cornelius Bentley Green, the first time we've called his name tonight.
Yeah, Salter on the carry for the Knights. Shotgun again for Gilchrist, and Bellevue's going to jump off sides. 5-yard penalty. Another corner blitz. That'll be near the first down. It's currently second down and right at 5. Let's see how the officials mark it off, because it never seems to add up. They're going to say he's just short. I don't know how. It'll be second down in an inch, Johnny.
It looks about it.
I don't know.
I don't know why they wouldn't bring out the measurement stick.
I don't know. The ball's sitting at the 15. The yardstick's sitting at the 15. Now they're going to fake it to Gilchrist. He's going to pull it back. He's going to run it right over the left side. Easy first down. That'll set up first down and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Yeah, so
I really like this Gilchrist kid. When you see him on film, I'm surprised he just doesn't play more. But
and Gilchrist, what he did there is he just fakes a jet sweep, goes right up the B gap there for a first down. Michael Miner for the Bellevue Rattlers on the tackle.
Salter is two in the pistol formation behind Gilchrist, who's in shotgun. Two wideouts to the top, one to the bottom. They're going to give it to Salter. He heads over the right side, breaks one tackle, gets about 4 or 5 before he's brought down by a host of Rattlers. No penetration whatsoever by that Bellevue defense.
Yeah, and right now they're just getting some chunks of yards here. Like you said, they're not getting much penetration there. They're getting to the next level to where the linebackers are the ones to be forced to make the tackle.
Gilchrist is going to hand to Salter again. Salter's got a spin move. He's got enough for the first down. I think he's inside the 2-yard line. It'll be first and goal from there for the Knights, and they already lead 28-0, John, and 6:32 left to go in the half.
Yeah,
the Knights are dominating.
If you're the Bellevue Rattlers, you don't want them to score here because then it goes to a running clock. Although I do think the losing team may have the choice in the first half if they want the running clock or not, and it may not take effect until the second half.
That's correct.
So,
That's correct.
And knowing Brady, he won't take it.
No.
If it was up to him, he wouldn't want a running clock at all.
That's correct. All right, so they're going to take a water break here, John, and let's kind of recap what we've had. Bellevue got the opening possession, drove it into Vanguard territory after a great kickoff return. They got to about the 28, and it stalled there, and then Fly threw a ball up for grabs, and it was picked. Big return by Sanko that was pulled back on a holding call, but then Vanguard took 3 plays, scored 48-yard touchdown run by Betterson. And since then, it's just been complete and utter domination by the Vanguard Knights.
I got to ask you, though, on that opening drive when Bellevue got the big kick return into the Vanguard territory, they're driving in. If they don't throw an interception there and they keep driving and they score and they take an early lead 7-0.
Different game.
It could be a different game right now.
Different game because if you look at that, then the next possession, Bellevue gets terrible field position.
Yeah.
Right? Then they get a blocked punt. And then since then, they have been just sliding downward. Nothing positive's happened since. Flight hasn't thrown the ball downfield at all. And that's been Bellevue's strength. They're going to come out in that power I formation, give it to Betterson. Betterson's got an easy touchdown. It's 34-0, 6:02 left to go in the half. Just let the horn go.
Yeah, we got to let the horn go.
Larry loves his horn. And again, I've broadcast a lot of games here. I do love the horn. I remember the first time they brought it. Again, Vanguard has been here many times, John, and Bellevue hasn't. I just think that's a huge factor.
Well, a lot of these kids, too. I mean, it's not so much that, Bellevue hasn't been in big games.
Wilcox's kick is good.
Even the handful of these transfers who came into Bellevue, too, they're coming from losing programs as well.
Absolutely.
But you know what? But they're in a different culture now. Coach Ackerman is trying to change that. Hey, as we all know, Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
That's correct.
Hey, even the great Brent Hall. It took Brent Hall 4 tries to beat Vanguard High School for the first time.
That's correct. And again, what I'm always impressed by, and this starts at the youth level for these football players that Vanguard gets. Most of these kids are in the Vanguard area, right? They grew up being Vanguard fans, right? Farmer's screaming at Wilcox for something, but I don't know why. Perfect kick, 35-0.
It's not even so much that they grew up being Vanguard fans. Their whole life, I mean, their parents, their dads,
absolutely.
Their older brothers, their uncles, their cousins, they all played for Vanguard High School. It's a family tradition.
And I was talking to Stephen Budnick, the AD. He's retiring this year. This is his last year as AD at Vanguard.
Is the rumor that you're going to become the next AD?
There's no chance of that.
Is that what's happening?
There is no chance of that. There would be significant changes at 2 programs instantaneously. Like, don't even bother calling. But again, they don't recruit here. The program recruits.
Well, they don't need to. It sells
And
itself.
Farmer busts his butt for these kids. There's a touchback. 6:02 left to go in the half. It's 35-0. And again, you and I talk about it all the time. Farmer busts his butt for these kids. He recruits. He works with coaches. You know, and I talk to.
He helps get his kids recruited.
Correct.
By colleges.
That's what I meant to say.
Let's clarify that.
Sorry.
We don't need anybody getting on trouble because of something you said on the air here.
I misspoke. But, you know, and I talked to Brady about that the first time I talked to him. I'm like, you know, you were at Jackson State. And again, Brady talked about it before. He's recruited several kids from to Jackson State from Vanguard. And the one thing I can guarantee you is that the kids that Farmer has are tough. They're physically tough, and they're mentally tough because they go against the very best week in, week out.
Well, they're not going to flake out on you. They're not going to fold, you know? So.
Farmer won't allow it. And every one of these kids who's on the sidelines, they play youth, right? They play young guys, you know, and they want their kids to play. Now Gaskins is going to play safety because he's just such an athlete. And you look at this team. Isaiah Hopkins going to Coastal Carolina. Isaiah guy's got all kinds of offers, right?
Supposedly.
Yep. So let's see what Flight can do with his boys. See if he can get Dudley involved. He's going to be in shotgun. He's going to give it to Reed, fakes it to Reed. Now he rolls out to his right. He's got three guys surround him, gets it out to Swander. Swander shakes and bakes. And that's a perfect example of against the Knights, you cannot hesitate, John. They're too fast.
You know, and what's happening too is Flythe has kind of more or less been spoiled this year with some of the lack of competition they played. The kind of the backyard football type.
We talked about it.
Run around, throw to open guy. Let's get some big
know
yards.
how to slide.
That's not happening here against Vanguard High School.
No, it is not. All right, two wideouts to the bottom, three wideouts to the top, one to the bottom. They're going to give it to Reed. Runs right up the middle, picks up 4.
Solid
That'll
run
be
there
a
by
third and
Eugene
3.
Reed.
Yeah.
Solid run.
You know what? I love the way Reed runs. He runs with authority. He runs behind the shoulder pads.
He's very north and south.
Absolutely. 3 wideouts to the bottom, 1 to the top. They're going to give it to Reed again. He needs to break a tackle to get there. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be right at the stick. And that's a first down, and that's a big play for Bellevue.
And what Bellevue's running there, they went back to that trap play where they're trapping the defensive end and the 3 technique, and it's working right now.
That's correct. And Vanguard has some subs there in the defensive tackle position. They got McBride, who's number 51. He is an absolute load. Carpenter's on the right side. Jalen Williams is on the bottom defensive end. Flight drops back. He fires across the middle. Had Swander wide open and just missed. And I think Flight is a little shook. I think he's a little shook, John.
He is a little bit shook. He's getting a lot of pressure right now. I mean, a lot of pressure.
He had time to throw. He stepped into it and just flat out missed. And again, that's what happens when you're playing against these elite level players.
Yeah, and Swander, he was just running a simple little stop route, it looked like. You know, because
7-yard route.
They are giving him a lot of cushion. They're giving the slot guy about 10 yards cushion here.
They're going to give it to Reed over the right side, and he stood up by Ronald Carpenter. Ronald Carpenter has been, that's Jalen Williams. Ronald Carpenter, I will mention his name. He's been a starter since he was a freshman.
You know, and interestingly enough, we haven't called the linebackers' names one bit tonight.
Haven't had to.
We haven't had to because this front four for the Vanguard Knights is doing all of the work. Oh, and by the way, none of those guys made first-team All-FACA somehow.
Rimberg is what? I don't know what you're saying. I'm just going by what's on this.
We're just going by what's on the roster.
That's right.
That we were given.
I don't know. All right, here we go. In motion goes Swander. Flight drops back. He's got time. Steps into a throw. Throws it deep for Dudley. And that ball's caught.
Wow.
Dudley with a great catch there.
Wow, what a catch there by Amari and Dudley. And that's why the kid belonged on the first team All-FACA, but somehow other kids who had less stats than him got it. But beautiful post route there. They just go deep, double coverage, and he mosses both receivers to get Bellevue High School now into Vanguard territory on the 39-yard line.
So Flight finally went downfield and connected with his favorite target, Dudley. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball sits at the 39. Flight then shotgun. 2 wideouts each way. He's going to look, drops back, pump fakes, pulls it down, rolls out to his right, pump fakes again, makes one man miss, and there's going to be a holding call 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Terrible, terrible call there by the official. Whether he held him or not, it's not the point. It was nowhere near the play. That's the penalty right there that kills me. It's 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so now it's a 14-yard penalty. You should be ashamed of yourself, Mr. Official.
Well, and I think even the rules committee at the FHSA should also be ashamed of themselves.
It's a terrible, terrible rule.
Yeah, we're not saying we're not saying that we're opposed to the holding rule. Yes, holding is holding, but how they assess it from the spot of the foul versus the line of scrimmage, it's atrocious. What should only be a 10-yard penalty really turns into a 15-yard penalty.
It's the largest penalty in high school football.
Well, actually, they're marking them off about 20 yards.
It's just an
a
unbelievable
20-yard holding penalty.
And
I mean, who does that?
It was behind the play. It was nowhere near it. This white cap is terrible. This group of officials is terrible. I just can't stand it. Well, Riley Smith just decapitated Flight. Oh my gosh. Riley Smith came from his defensive end position, was virtually unblocked, and just decapitated Flight. I don't know how that wasn't a blow to the head.
Well, he didn't take helmet to helmet. It was more his
a forearm shiver to the head.
Forearm shiver to the head. But hey, but even that, the refs in the NFL and college called that a penalty.
I don't know that.
But the left tackle for Bellevue just got
It was
flat out.
a 12-yard sack. Flight's going to give it to Reedy Ed's over the left side. It's got a block. He's got the edge. He's got 9 before he's chopped down. And the defensive front, again, we talked about it a lot. This defensive front 7 is as good as anybody in the country.
Well, I tell you, the penalty was demoralizing. The sack was even worse. You know, Bellevue had the ball on the Vanguard 40. Now here they are on 3rd and long on their own 45.
Yeah, they got to get to the 30 of the Vanguard side. They are standing at their own 45. You do the math at home. Flight drops back. He's got a little time, steps up in the pocket, but he's brought down by Jalen Williams, who's having a monster game. But again, oh, no, that's Carpenter. Neither one of these guys that we've named was on the all-district team. How is that possible, Johnny? How?
I think
you show me a better defensive end than what we've seen tonight.
I think you've got certain defensive clicks. I think you got certain coaching cliques in town that don't want to give Vanguard the respect.
It's sad.
Unfortunately.
It's absolutely sad.
And they didn't want to give Bellevue any respect either.
Correct. It's sad. You know, Brady and I were talking about, he's like, you know, we were sitting in the front row, me and Farmer, and now I know why, because behind them, they just raise their hand. It's almost like you don't even have to tell people who you're voting for. It's sinful.
Well, and now Bellevue, they got an opportunity to try to pin them deep.
Almost gets that block. Hopkins is going to pick it up. He's at the 29. He heads a ball. Oh, he shakes a guy. He's got the edge. He gets past Reed. He's at the 40. He's at midfield. He's got one man to beat, and he's brought down by the punter, Dennis. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights. 1:44 left to go here in the half.
You know, Bellevue, Vanguard kind of got away with what I thought could have been a block in the back there, right where the ball was caught out by Vanguard High School, but nothing was called there. And Hopkins with a not to take anything away from Hopkins. Hopkins had a nice return.
And he's dancing with one of his best friends, Tyreek Hicks. They played Pop Warner together out at Dunellen. 1st and 10 for the Knights. And they're going to bring Gilchrist in at the quarterback. Salter is going to be the running back to his left. 3 wideouts to the bottom. Gilchrist rolls out that side, squares his shoulder, fires. He's got a man, and it catches it right at the yardstick. It'll be 1st and 10, 1:35. That'll stop the clock as the chains move.
Yeah, and Bellevue brought their strong safety, Trace Mims, on the outside rush there. What Bellevue started to do a lot now, they're trying to bring a lot of pressure from the edges. Maybe they want to try to collapse that pocket a little bit. They want to force the quarterback maybe to try to go upfield versus going to the side. I don't know, but they've been doing this just about every play.
Dylan Ponder just snatched that out of the sky. Gilchrist is going to fake the handoff. Now he's going to fire into the flats. Whoever number 6 is, if number 6 not's Rimbert, then it is Rimbert. Yeah. I'm right. Yeah.
And
when Larry Fuqua says it, it's gold. And we're going to talk to him at halftime, Johnny.
Hopefully. And number 4, Trace Mims, comes on the outside blitz again, and he's the one who really brought the pressure there to break up the pass.
It'll be second down and 10, 1:20 left to go here in the half. And I think Bellevue's ready to get this into the locker room. Gilchrist is going to fire into the flats for Salter. He breaks a tackle, breaks two. He's going to breaks another one. I thought he was brought down, but instead he gets a 16-yard gain that'll stop the clock at 1:12. 35-0 is our score here. Almost at the end of the first half. And Gilchrist just runs a completely different offense, and he's a weapon that Vanguard can use if they do ever trail, Johnny.
Yeah.
He throws a great football.
He throws a nice one. I like this.
Now he's going to throw the fade route, and he's got Randall just overthrew him. It looks like Randall stopped on the play, and Gilchrist's got to put a little more loft on that.
Yeah, but I think it was a little bit uncatchable. It looked like it looked like the ball actually landed slightly out of bounds.
You want to hit that back pylon, right? Isn't that the rule?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a wide receiver. You've won a couple of national championships.
Well, it's called the 50-50 ball. 50-50
How
ball.
good were you at the 50-50 ball?
In high school I was really good at it. In college, I think my percentage was more about 15.
You're a hell of a blocker.
Yeah.
All right, second and 10 for Gilchrist and the Knights. They lead 35-0, 57 seconds left to go here in the half. Gilchrist is going to throw that little toss sweep to Rimbert. Rimbert flying around the corner, breaks a tackle, gets into the end zone. That kid can run, Johnny.
I tell you, what a weapon to have a kid like that.
Touchdown.
You've got Betterson.
Goodness gracious.
Betterson is kind of like your run between the tackles. He's your thunder. Rembert's your lightning. And by the way, you can't forget about Tyrell Randall either. He's kind of like an all-purpose, can do everything back.
I am so impressed. And when I watch the film, Rimbert just jumps out because he's so fast. You know who he reminds me of? Percy Harvin.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's a fair comparison.
Even like maybe a Chris Rainey?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, that would be good too. Yeah, more modern one. I think.
Let's face it, Percy Harvin was special.
Yeah, he's built a little stronger than he's built more like Rainey, who went to where'd he go? Lake Butler or Union?
No, he went to Lakeland. The Lakeland Dreadnoughts.
That's correct. All right, so here we are, 42-0, 46 seconds left in the Vanguard Knight offense.
And if I had to tell you that this is what I was expecting.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who is, and you and I are part of that little group that just seems like tomorrow morning, people will look at it and you'll start getting texts.
Oh, yeah.
Going, what happened?
Vanguard is what happened. Vanguard speed came out.
But Vanguard didn't do this against Westport. Vanguard didn't do this against North Marion. For whatever reason, the Vanguard Knights have solved some problems on offense.
They have. They've solved a lot of problems on offense, but I also think Vanguard got up for this game. I mean, we even saw a pregame. I mean, these guys were hyped, okay? Do you think they were hyped for Westport?
Is that your fault?
I don't know if it's my fault, but
I had several people asking me where John Ivory is, but they do that anyway.
You've got a district championship on the line.
Yeah.
You're going to get up for that district championship.
All right, here we go. Will Cox is going to kick the ball deep. Swander stands there. He's going to field this at his own 5. What a great kick. And he's going to head it over the left side. He's going to be brought down at about the 11-yard line. You know, one of the things we thought could be a factor was AK-22's little pooch kick.
But we're just there. But Bellevue's not getting any opportunities to kick the ball.
I guess they'll get it to start the second half.
You know, I will point out, though, obviously, this game has become out of reach for the Bellevue Rattlers, okay? But at the end of it, Bellevue has an opportunity to get a second shot at them in the playoffs.
Right here
at Booster Stadium. Because the way this is working out in the playoff picture, Auburndale in the region, as long as they win out, they're going to get the 1 seed.
Which is shocking. I've seen them. They're not as good as this team we're seeing here.
Yeah, they will get the 1 seed.
Reed heads over the left side, gains 1.
Vanguard would then get the 2 seed. And because Bellevue has a weaker schedule, they will end up with most likely the 7 seed.
Correct.
And do the math. It's an 8-team region. It's going to be 2 versus 7 right here back at Booster Stadium, round 1.
Too bad we won't be able to broadcast
we'll still do it.
We'll do it. We're going to figure it out. We're going to go from Facebook Live.
Yeah.
I may just put it on the YouTube channel. on my own YouTube channel. Who the heck knows? Maybe we'll put it on John's. All right, that's going to be the end of the first half here. It's 42-0. It has been all Dunellen. Kidding, all Vanguard. But here we are. We're going to be back, and I'm hoping we can talk to Larry Fuqua, who is Mr. Football. Nobody loves Vanguard football more than Larry Fuqua. But you are listening to high school football right here on WOCA. The Source. Our score at halftime, 42-0 Vanguard.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-70.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today. Locally owned and operated since 1957. We are The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
All right, welcome back to high school football. I'm Galen Noodle, joined with John Ivory, and today we have arguably the biggest Vanguard Knight fan that has ever lived, my man Larry Fuqua. Larry, how are you?
Hey, good. Good to see you all again.
Man, it's always a pleasure for you to be in the box that you and my dad spent a lot of time in right here, doing a ton of games, and let's just get right into it. Talking about this Vanguard Knight team. They have answered the bell today.
Well, you know, I've seen them play. I didn't see much football early on with COVID and everything, kind of stayed away. But since I've gotten back in it, this team is relatively young at spots, you know, at quarterback. And some of the linemen, some of the receivers. Our defense is pretty good. I think people underestimate how good we are on defense. You know, you lose Bryce Langston and maybe Rucker back in the secondary, and Vanguard ain't going to happen. But these guys play hard, and they play together.
And that's just what Farmer does, right? It seems like he's always playing underclassmen. He's always developing those next guys. And this year he got, 2 transfers from Trinity, and they've just become dominant.
Yes, those guys have really stepped up and played hard for us. I tell you that Hickson, our linebacker,
Tyreek Hicks.
he hit somebody 2 weeks ago at Tampa Jefferson, the hardest hit I've seen all season. I mean, he had a head-on collision with the running back going full speed, and that kid went reeling backwards. I mean, it was a great high school hit, as good as you want to see.
And Larry, he's a kid that I saw in film, and I was enamored by him. And we haven't called his name one bit tonight because the defensive line is doing everything for him.
Defensive line is playing.
The ball's not even getting to that second level right now.
Well, our defensive line they make our offense better because every day at practice they just wear the offense out.
But somehow Alfaka didn't list any of those guys for his team.
well, I didn't even know any of them's names. I still don't. Up until about a week ago, if one of them had knocked on my door, I wouldn't have known who they were.
You just know them as like number 19, 18, 51.
They just show up and they play. And when you go to practice and you watch them, sometimes they wear different, numbers at practice. So I'm sitting there thinking, who is that kid? Who is that kid? And Farmer's having to point them all out. But I'm real proud of this team. I've seen a lot of Vanguard teams. This is not one of the greatest ones, but they're fun to watch.
And all of a sudden, this offense has just been exploding. And this Rimberg kid can flat out fly, man.
You know what's crazy? I coached his dad as a freshman, and his dad was just that good. Matter of fact, he broke his leg the first game we played up in Gainesville as a freshman, and he never did get back. But the first time he ran the line touch drill, he just missed breaking the school record by about a second. And he looked at me and he said, I know how to run it now, I'll break that next time. But he broke his leg and never got another chance. But that's the stock he comes from. That kid can plant his foot and he's gone.
Did you have something? No, I thought you had a question. You were raising your hand.
It was just about Hickson. I was agreeing with him about Hickson. But, what I'll say tonight is we all know, hey, I'm a Bellevue guy, everything. But what I was saying on the broadcast, Larry, is, hey, Coach Ackerman can't feel bad about this because at the end of the day, it took Brent Hall 4 tries to beat Vanguard until he did for the first time. And when I played at Bellevue a long time ago, the goal always was, if you want to win a district championship and make a run in the state playoffs, goal number 1 of the season is you got to beat Vanguard. If you can't beat Vanguard, then you're not going to get anywhere. Vanguard has always been the standard. And if you want to be the team that's feared, you got to beat Vanguard. Until then, you don't stand a chance.
Well, I mean, look, we've been blessed with athletes. I mean, we absolutely been blessed with athletes. And that's a big part of it. I like Brady. I like what he's done. You can tell he's making a difference just looking at the people over there. He had a good JV program. He got his kids out in numbers. He won some games. He got enthusiasm back. That's step 1. Yeah. Everybody's got to do that. I remember back when Jim Yancey first came here, we got our brains beat out. He had to drop people like Palaka and stuff just so we could survive a year or two. Then after we built up and got, where we could compete with Palaka, then it was going on trying to beat some other people.
Yeah. And I think Philip Yancey, even when he became the head coach, he told me he had to get rid of the power eye look and had to go to more of a spread type look because he wasn't attracting the athletes to come play power eye.
Well, and you can't. I mean, we were at LeCanto the other night, and, I was standing with some of my buddies on the sideline. I said, can you imagine being a receiver, coming to practice every day, and knowing you're going to just break the huddle, line up, and go back time and time, never ball thrown?
That's how I felt Bellevue all those years. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but y'all could run the ball really stout, man. I remember those days.
I know how that feels.
Well, and again, you've talked about all the Vanguard teams you've seen. Is this the team that can get over that regional final hurdle?
Well, I don't know because
I think you can get there.
We got bumped back up to 6A again this year.
Sure.
And really and truly, we belong in 5A. But
you do?
When you factor in, our IB kids and stuff, which we don't get any
IB's
football
got
players
athletes.
from it.
They got athletes.
In other sports.
But
Not so much football.
I'll say this, though, Larry. Looking at this region, on paper, just the names, the big names, like Mainland, Auburndale, Lake Wales, traditionally they're big, really good teams. But looking at them a little bit more paper and what they're doing this year, this region is really not all that strong. And quite frankly, it's not as strong as the regions that Vanguard has played in before, where they always had to run into Armwood Sefton, which that's a nationally ranked team. we don't have this in this region, and I truly think that Vanguard can come out of this region, go to the Final Four, and then it becomes pretty tricky from there because
it's a matchup issue.
Well, once you get to the Final Four, all bets are off.
Correct.
I mean, every team is an amazing team.
Well, there's some studs out there, but I tell you what was encouraging to me last week. We played Jefferson a week or so ago, and Jesuit played Jefferson right on the heels of us playing them, and that was a competitive game for quite a while.
Jesuit
and I
is
saw
a
that
6A team. They're in Region 3, maybe.
Yeah, and everybody's pointing them to be.
And they are going to be that team that most likely wins that region, which is kind of that Southwest Florida, Tampa area. And that would ultimately be the team. Well, no, I think they would end up playing the South Florida region.
I don't know what the matchups.
Yeah, we would end up playing kind of more North Florida Panhandle teams, I think. So.
Well, you talked about IB. That is 350 kids right there that aren't zoned necessarily for Vanguard, but go to Vanguard because of the academics. And you're right. There's not a football player in the IB program. They've had ones and twos in the past. But it's incredibly difficult to do both.
Yeah, and let's just say this, and when that bumps you up from being a 5A, because when we were back down to 5A with North Marion, the last couple of years, that was where we really need to be. Now 6A, like you say, with Armwood out of the way and stuff, you don't have that guy, that one roadblock sitting there.
Orlando Jones.
I tell you though, and the Bellevue faithful may call me crazy for this. But I want Bellevue to stay in that same district as Vanguard because that's the only way you're going to become good.
Yeah.
Being in weak districts is not going to make you better.
Ooh.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm not griping because I looked at this stuff when it first came out, and I told Farmer, I said, Coach, I don't see a team any better than us. I'm not saying we can beat them. But I don't see anybody that's head and shoulders above us either.
This game right here, and we're lucky enough to watch all the film, and this is the best I've seen Vanguard look.
Well, to be honest with you,
they did not play this good against North Marion. They did not play this good against Dunellen.
They didn't play this well against Jefferson, which was their most recent game.
Correct.
You know the difference? They came out ready to play.
John Ivory.
They really wanted to play.
Was I the motivation?
Ivory might have been it. I don't know if you can you come back. Can you come back down the stretch? But we got
hate is real.
Do you think it was more about beating John Ivory than it was about?
I do think it was a part of that.
Don't give him that much credit.
I do think, though, it's a part of this constant snubbing that all the coaches in this area give them year after year by snubbing them and not putting on these, the first teams and things like that. I think that matters. And I think that's why these kids have a chip on their shoulder.
Well, like I said, I can tell you what happens. And here's the big shift over the years. It used to be Vanguard and Forest. Okay?
Correct.
Forest kind of slipped, and Bellevue filled that slot for a couple of years.
Yeah.
That's where even ninth grade, I used to love to have some big battles with the ninth grade teams down there. All right. Then when Bellevue kind of slipped, North Marion filled that gap. That was our big rivalry. And it's been that way
during the Craig Damon years.
And now all of a sudden there's a new foe in town to focus on. And the kids, said, hey, it's not a Dunellen or a North Marion again, year after year. It's a new guy. And they got jacked up. And this was a.
You heard a DJ tonight.
The DJ, I've never seen the guy before, but he's doing a pretty good job tonight. I didn't know he was going to be here.
Sure, Larry doesn't know he's going to be here.
I didn't know he was going to be here. Matter of fact, I had to go over there and ask him, when are you playing music or when can we talk?
All right, so Larry Fuqua, you are the fundraising arm. You're what John Ivory wants to be able to do at Bellevue.
Hey,
what do you got going on?
Larry Fuqua is everything I want to be.
No, you put it to it. I was just about to say I want to be John Ivory.
So what do you got fundraising right now? And is there any chance that the county is ever going to put any money into this fantastic facility? It's fantastic between the lines and in the stands. In the concession stand is better than any concession stand at the high school level, period. But after that, it's pretty terrible.
Gosh, I don't know, Galen. I was here early tonight, and a lady said in the ladies' bathroom, the lights wouldn't come on.
Nope.
One toilet was overflowing.
Nope.
And nothing's up to code, but yet we're still playing here after 50 years. We had guys tonight. You saw them, didn't you, John Vining and Petaway and them?
Were they the first?
First team. That's 50 years ago, guys, and this facility is still the same.
It hasn't changed. All they do is slap paint on it.
I'll tell you this right now.
Like it's seeing electrical. At least your score works.
Booster Stadium.
No, of course not.
When I played high school football, this was my favorite place to come play. Of course. And back then, we would have games where we play here twice a year because that's back when you shared the stadium with Forest.
That's right. And the thing about it is, it's like you said, the field, the bleachers, everything's great. What we really need is a modern, up-to-date, COVID-proof
locker room,
bathrooms, and locker rooms.
The locker room is so bad. During a lightning storm, the kids just get back on the bus.
But the locker room has that cool feel to it too, though.
It doesn't. There's nothing cool about it.
Well, no.
When's the last time you were in it?
Both locker rooms are right next to each
yeah,
other.
you can hear
and
each other.
You get to hear the other team hooting and hollering and screaming. I mean,
But the smell is so bad.
That's part of the Booster Stadium.
The smell is so
bad.
bad.
You know another thing that's
it's moldy in there.
Yeah, another thing that I truly believe about it, the locker room. When we were playing, football teams were 30, 28 players. You could fit that comfortably in the locker room. Now when you got 40 or 50 players, it's like sardines in there.
Yeah. That's correct.
Nobody wants to be in there. It's overtaken by heat.
It's It's the bathroom. It's just terrible.
It is, and you would think that this would be and you know what makes this stadium unique, and y'all know it, there's no track. Everybody's right up on the field.
It's fantastic.
And the fans can hear the coaches. They can, feel the kids. I mean, it's right on it. It's a great place to play. When they were talking about trying to force feed a stadium on Vanguard campus, I was like, bull crap.
Where are you going to put it? In the swamp?
Yeah, you going to put it out in the trees and park in the gym and walk a quarter of a mile?
And even Forest High School, I mean, their stadium they have is horrible.
They complained about that quarterback.
It's one of the worst views on the home side.
And it's the worst press box you'll ever sit in.
Yeah.
It's that new modern look where it's incorporated all into
If I'm a big money Forest person, I'm maybe campaigning to bring games back.
You can't, but you can't. You can't because it's not controlled. This is owned by this weird conglomerate, and it's that's why they don't do anything because nobody feels responsible for it. Right? It's not the counties, it's not the school boards, it's somewhere in between, and nobody cares. So yeah, all right, we're at the end of half, John.
Do we have names? Who?
No, because you can ask them.
John Ivory Field.
Is it a shell company who owns Booster Stadium?
No, it's owned. It doesn't. Who owns it? Go ahead and look it up.
I don't know.
It's owned by the county, but it's managed by the school board. It falls into this weird category, and therefore, who are you going to find if you're out of code? And the day they say you can't play a football game here or a soccer game or a girls' soccer game, the world's going to go nuts. But it won't change anything.
Well, you can see tonight. I mean, I tell you what, you have a torrential downpour all day long.
It's the greatest
an hour before the game you can play. That field drains awesome.
This field drains better than any field in the county. Then you go to Belleview, and it's the worst
terrible.
Field. It's the worst field when it comes to
But there is something about, and granted, growing up here, when you're driving in and you know it's a big game, and you're over on the other side of Silver Springs Boulevard and the traffic is there, and it feels good. And by the way, you're all the way almost up to 326 coming in from the other direction. That's an awesome feeling. The Booster Stadium traffic jam is real. Larry Fuqua, it's always awesome to see you.
Hey,
up in Hawthorne.
You know I love football.
Well,
and honestly,
do you want to talk about real quick the uniform fundraiser that you guys?
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, my brother passed away with COVID September 3rd, and he loved Vanguard football, and he saw Jim Haley buy his basketball team some baby blue uniforms way back there. You remember them, Joe?
I do.
And Rusty always thought that was the greatest thing in the world.
Dale Osborne.
Yes. And so we decided some of his buddies and some of my buddies and Vanguard supporters, we decided we would do something, and we were going to buy a set of the baby blue jerseys to be worn as legacy jerseys. We're going to wear them like maybe once a year, recognize all the past players, and particularly the ones.
An Ole Miss type look, right?
Yes, it is,
Yeah.
because that's exactly. It's got the 2 white stripes up there.
Beautiful.
And
That's
so
nice.
we are currently taking donations towards those. A bunch of people stepped up. Honestly, I got about half the money already. We took up a collection in lieu of flowers at the funeral, and it's going to be nice. I don't know if we'll have them before the year's out, but as soon as we get them bought and paid for, we'll get them.
Coach.
How much money do you need?
Maybe we can get them done before the playoffs, right?
How much do you need?
We're shooting for the Forest game, actually, but now that's iffy.
How much do you need? Johnny will write a check.
John already did.
I know you
I
did.
thank you very
How
much.
much? How much per uniform?
It's $115 per uniform,
There you
and
go.
I've already pledged to do 2 uniforms.
There you go.
Yeah, you got the
I'll
top
do
12 you got buying 2 uniforms.
I'll cash app you. I'll cash app you.
Guys, y'all are the best.
I'll do one.
Thank you for doing high school football.
Yeah.
You mean everything to it.
Man, you guys are you're the best. Larry
Thank you.
Fuquay.
Welcome to Beast.
Larry.
Fuquay Sawmill. Go get your crane mats. Yeah, that's awesome. But again, Larry's a guy that I grew up, sitting next to, because he did, hundreds of games with my father. My father loved and respected Larry because they did baseball games, they would do basketball games. Larry would do it all. All right, so we're going to step aside real quick. I'm going to maneuver some equipment around. But you're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show, too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
WOCA.
If you thought there was no tree store in Ocala, then think again. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens has been Ocala's official tree store for well over 50 years. At any given time, Bob has more quality trees, dozens of varieties, including shade trees, palm trees, and citrus trees than anyone in Marion County. You always get lowest prices and guarantee. Plus, every day you buy one tree, you get a second one for half price. That means you can buy a 4 to 6 foot tree for as little as $49.99 and get another one just like it for only $25. Hundreds of types and sizes are available. You can get delivered, planted, and guaranteed. So think about trees. Think about Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from all the traffic. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, Ocala's Tree Place since 1952.
When it really counts, depend on The Source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
All right, welcome back to the club right here at 36th Avenue. Booster Stadium is where we're at. I'm Galen Udall, joined with John Ivory at the half. It's 42-0. And John, Bellevue's going to start off on defense as the Vanguard Knights are going to get a kickoff for the first time. And guess who's standing back there deep? Rimbert, who can flat out fly. And this is the first opportunity we're getting a chance to see AK-22.
Yeah, AK-22 on this classic pooch kick where he's going to attempt to come. Actually, I think it's typically it's always to his right. So we'll see this pooch kick sky high to about the 20-yard line to the Vanguard sideline. Right now, Vanguard actually has nobody there. They've actually got it shifted to the other side of the field, expecting the pooch kick over there instead.
All right, here we go. AK is standing, addressing the football here to start off the second half. He's going to kick that high and relatively deep. It's going to be picked up by Randall. Nope, they come back and forth, and they struggle for the football. Rambert picks it up, runs out to, and I was just charging the phone at halftime. Make sure we can get the whole game in tonight. Johnny, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights.
Yeah, we lost about half our viewers after that first half, huh?
I mean, honestly, you want it to be close. You really do. I don't think anybody saw this.
Even if you're a Vanguard fan,
you
want
saw
to see a good game, right?
Right, and we are in a running clock situation. 42-0. They're going to put Gilchrist in the shotgun formation. 3 wide outs to the bottom, 1 to the top. Dylan Ponder is out there by himself. Salter is to his right. No, that's Betterson. Betterson's going to head it right up the middle. He stopped after a 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. Nice play there by the middle part of that defensive end, and it's a guy we haven't named all night, and that's Freitag on the tackle.
Yeah, Freitag number 58 and big number 65, Michael Miner, also getting in on the tackle there. So we call Michael Miner's name a lot tonight.
Now it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Gilchrist as he looks to the sidelines. Gets the call from Coach Minnerton. 3 wideouts to the bottom, 1 to the top. He gets the snap. He's going to fake it. Now he's going to throw it out to Randall. Randall makes 1-man miss, makes 2-man miss. He's tackled by Baker and his fellas.
Yep.
It'll set up 3rd down and about 5.
Just a simple screen pass there to Randall. Get the ball in his hands in space. Jaquan Donnelly, number 20, he was in position for the Bellevue Rattlers to make the tackle, but misses the tackle, gets shaken. A couple of other Bellevue Rattlers come around, swarm. What should have been a no gain, we now have a 3rd and 5 situation.
And Tyrell Randall is just so quick. His twin brother graduated last year. He's playing at the next level, Bethune-Cookman, I believe. 3 wideouts to the top, 1 to the bottom. Betterson's going to set up to Goldchrist's left. Calls for the snap. He drops back, steps up into the pocket. He's pressured from behind, and he's going to be brought down maybe for a snack. No! Wow! Gilchrist puts his shoulder down and carries a guy. Oh, my gosh,
What
Donnie.
an amazing effort by the quarterback, Dale Gilchrist. Donnelly for Bellevue had him tackled in the backfield. Would have forced about a 4th and 5 situation where they have to punt, and he literally drags him about 6 yards and gets the 1st down for the Vanguard Knights. How many quarterbacks do you actually see doing something like that?
None.
Tim Tebow?
Yeah. I mean, wow. And Gilchrist, again, 6'3". He throws a beautiful ball.
I think Gilchrist is trying to show the Vanguard coaching staff, listen, I think I can be your guy if you make a playoff run.
So they're putting Rimbert in that little slot. Now they're going to do a little jet sweep to Randall. Randall gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. Good play there by the Bellevue defense to force that back into the inside. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that's the linebacker for the Bellevue Rattlers, Cornelius Bentley Green, number 16, to make the tackle now to force a 2nd and 8 on this Vanguard offense.
So Randall's going to limp off, and coming into the game is Pete. Petey is a senior. Was in the basketball program for a little bit for Vanguard, and then he decided he doesn't like basketball. 3 wideouts to the top. That's what happens a lot currently with the program. 3 wideouts to the top, 1 to the bottom. Betterson's going to go on a little flanker route, and instead he throws it across the middle for Rimbert. Rimbert catches that. I don't know who's going to catch him.
Well, and Bellevue's actually gone to a little bit of a different
Soft
defensive
zone?
look here. They're going with a 3-man front.
Right.
Dropping a lot of guys. They're not worried about bringing too much pressure anymore, and they're trying to make this kid throw.
Well, he had a guy open, and he had at least the 1st down. I like this Rimbert kid, and they're doing a great job of getting him the football and running looks that Vanguard's never run. They've never run that shuffle pass. They've never really run that jet sweep forward toss.
I do want to say this. Bellevue has a freshman in the game at left end, number 88, Tyreen Hilbert. He got back there and actually caused some pressure.
There's a swing pass to Salter out of the backfield. He dives ahead, tries to get a 1st down, but he's going to be short. It'll be 4th down and 3. Nice stand there by Bellevue. Really long halftime. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the interview with Larry Fuqua and buy a uniform because the powder blue were beautiful.
They're going for it on 4th down here.
Why not? The ball's sitting at the 44-yard line. They're going to bring in Betterson. 3 wideouts to the bottom, 1 to the top, which is the open field. Oh, and the Bellevue Rattlers jump offside on the hard count by Gilchrist. What a heady play there by the senior.
Yeah.
The more and more I see of this Gilchrist kid, the more I like. I hadn't seen him in a lot of significant playing time. He seems to have complete control over this offense.
Yeah, if you're the Bellevue defense, you've got to be more disciplined than that. And that's a senior,
Right
Michael
at
Minor.
the nose guard, too.
Michael
that
Minor,
defensive tackle position.
He's a guy that's supposed to be a leader out there, and he's just got to be smarter than that.
Again, same formation. Salter is the running back to Gilchrist's left. Gilchrist drops back. Now he's going to fire deep. He's got a man open, but it looks like they ran two different routes.
Yeah.
The wide receiver came in, and he threw that out, and he threw that corner route, which is his favorite route.
Yeah, it looked like what was going on was the receiver, number 16.
His name is Watkins.
Yeah, Jamil Watkins. He was running a post. Gilchrist was expecting more of a corner.
Yep.
And it could have been one of those situations, too. Sometimes the offense, they give the receiver the option to kind of make his choice based on what he sees out there. Maybe the receiver saw one thing, quarterback saw another. From what I saw, I agree with the quarterback. The corner is what was there.
Yeah, and again, he threw it before the cut, right? So it's you have to throw that ball before the cut, but it was there. And so here we go. 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. We are on a running clock. It's 42-0. First possession of the second half for Vanguard.
You know, I'm going to throw something out here at you, Galen.
Do it.
If Vanguard really wanted to make a statement to the FACA coaches organization on how they got snubbed, what would you say about having just Vanguard play against like a all-star FACA team made up of all the other schools?
Go ahead. Well, I'll take you player for player. Vanguard is deep, talented, and
I'm
fast.
with you. I'm trying to make a point.
And their point is well made. 2nd and 10. Gilchrist is going to give it to Watkins on the jet sweep. He tries to get the edge.
Wow.
Wow. What a great play there.
Trace Mims, number 4. He stroked Watkins. Nice form tackle. Hopefully that sparks some life here in the Rattlers. And not that I'm saying, hey, we're going to come back and make this a game, but, you know, if you're the Bellevue Rattlers at this point, you just can't fold. You can't give up. You've got to keep going. Play to the very end. Get some respect.
Well, and the crowd has stayed, right? Huge kids section, student section this year.
The Bellevue crowd has left.
No, they're pretty good. That's not bad at all.
It was a lot more full than that.
For the student section decided to come out. They don't always come out. You know, they're IB kids. They just don't come out. Gilchrist is going to keep it on the draw. He lowers his shoulder and just runs right into Mims.
Someone teach this kid how to slide.
No, he's too big. He's twice the size of Mims. Mims is like 5'9".
Telling you right now, though, that may not work when you get deep in the playoffs.
I don't think that was a bad play. I think, but I also think Gilchrist is not the starter, and he's got something to prove.
Yeah.
I was so shocked that he transferred from the Villages here. He played pretty well during the 7-on-7.
Well, I had heard some rumors. Originally, he was going to come to Bellevue.
That was on the table.
He was going to come to Bellevue. Now, why he was leaving the Villages, I don't know, because Villages kind of is a pretty good program going on, or at least they have been.
They're off and on. Ooh, there's a high snap. Picked up by Wilcox. Great job. Gets it off. Ball's going to bounce at the 20 and bounce sideways. Almost hits a Bellevue Rattler. Good job by Dennis to get out of the way. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bellevue from the 21.
So if you're the Bellevue Rattlers here, hey, you forced a punt to start the second half.
Win the second half at this point.
That's pretty nice progress there. But now, hey, can we drive the ball down the field?
Yeah, Gilchrist is a senior. I don't know anything about recruitment anymore. I just don't pay attention. You pay attention. Who's looking at him?
What, colleges?
Yeah.
I don't know of any.
I
don't know.
He looks like he should be playing at the next level.
Usually you don't transfer when you have a lot of offers.
Isaiah guy. There's a toss jet sweep to Dudley. He's trying to get the edge, but he's going to be pursued from the backside by McLeod. And he's brought down by every other Vanguard Knight. The whole table was there.
Yeah, if you're Dudley, you just got to be a little bit more smart than that. I understand there wasn't a lot of room on the outside where you're going, but there's even less room if you try to cut it back to the other side. He just needs to keep going. If it ends up being a loss of 1 or a loss of 2, so be it. Instead, now it turns into about a loss of 6 for the Bellevue Rattlers.
Jalen Williams has had a monster game today. That was a 9-yard loss there, Johnny. 2nd down and 19. They're going to give it to Reed. He heads up right up the middle. He's got a little block before he's cut down And it'll be, what is that, third down and about 9?
No,
7.
third down and about 6.
Let's see where they mark it. Oh, wow, good spot.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 here for the Bellevue
All right,
Rattlers.
there you
So now you're in a situation, hey, we got to get a third down conversion.
And the Knights are running guys off. They get off in time. Flight drops back. He looks to his left. Now he's going to roll out to his right, and he's hitting the backfield. Breaks one tackle. Breaks another one. Still on his feet before Riley Smith brings him down from behind. It'll be a loss of 5 on the play. It'll be 4th down and 10, John.
Yeah, so, Flythe has just never had to deal with anything like this. I mean, typically in situations like this against all the other teams they've played, he's
dead leg people.
Yeah, he's shaking and baking in the backfield.
I think I said at the time that won't work against Vanguard.
Yeah, you probably did.
And you can't. He's got to know better than that. But you're only as good as your competition. And, that schedule that Brady kind of inherited is kind of probably coming back.
I will tell you this. Brady has made it very clear he is going to play the other county teams.
That's correct.
I mean, listen, and let's be very clear about this. I mean, and I know
Which I think is a great trend.
Oh, yeah.
We almost get it again. Riley Smith wanted that one. That ball's going to bounce. It's going to be down right at the 40-yard line. There's a fight on the field
now there's
at the 45. And
it looks like that's number 12 for Bellevue, Montavious Lightsley, and number 23 for Vanguard, Cameron Powell. They're getting chippy. They're kind of pushing each other back and forth, and looks like Cameron Powell, he's the one who ended up throwing the punch. And this, if it's not offsetting, there's definitely going to be a penalty on Vanguard. Now, whether or not it's offsetting, I don't know.
And Farmer ran out onto the field and met Cam Powell and said, "You're done. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that." And let me be very clear. That kind of activity right there has cost Vanguard in the district and in the regionals.
Well, and
why all the time?
Why do it? Why do it? What you're winning the game 42-0 right now.
That's a young kid. He's a sophomore. Yeah. Now he's doing
and they're making him do up downs on the sideline.
I love it. Embarrass the heck out of him. Right? That's the only. He won't do it again because his mama's probably looking at him.
Going back to the schedule with Bellevue, a lot of people have criticized Bellevue and Coach Ackerman for the schedule they play, but like we said, this is a schedule that he inherited. From what I understand, there was only, I think, 1 week, where he may have had the opportunity to play against Westport, and he did turn that opportunity down. But ultimately, this is something that he inherited, and he's made it very clear to me. He said, "John, week 1, we're probably going to play a team that we could potentially play in the playoffs in our region. Then from there, we're going to go North Marion, we're going to go Forest. We're going to play the teams in our district. Whether or not Vanguard's in the district, we're going to play them."
Hard run there on first down for Salter. He's going to pick up 9. 23 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And John, I love county matchups. The county loves it. It gives you something to talk about. And for a long time, we went away from them. And people blame the district. It had nothing to do with the district. They were just teams who didn't want to play against each other. Like Dunellen and Vanguard play now, because they know it's good for their program.
Well,
it's good for the Gates.
I think also
it's getting chippy out there, Johnny.
I think also what has happened too, another reason
first down
why teams have stopped playing each other locally is because of this new era of open enrollment, recruiting, and we don't want to play this team because if we lose to them big, our kids are going to want to go transfer there.
I hate that.
And that's what has happened. This is the era that we're in, unfortunately.
I hate it. And again, I think, and you hear about it on the basketball side. It's believe it or not, it's worse on the basketball side. Because back in the day, in the county, you would play a home and home, right? You could play a Bellevue, twice. Now teams don't want to play each other twice because they're scared.
Yeah.
Right. So this year, Vanguard basketball has 6 home games, and the Kingdom of the Sun. They're going to lose both those.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That is sad. That is sad.
Well,
that a team that as historic as the Vanguard basketball program is only having 6 home games.
I do want to point out, it looks like Vanguard is now putting in all of their backups in the game.
It's 42-0 in the
fourth quarter has just started. Vanguard's putting in all the backups.
Their starting quarterback would start on
Yeah.
every other team in the county.
Yeah.
Except for Dunellen. Trent Townsend's pretty darn good.
Trent Townsend's a heck of a ball player. It looks like they even have a new quarterback in the game. That's number 10, Calmonte Pete.
No, it's 12.
Is it?
That's 12.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Petey's not a quarterback.
I was looking. The numbers threw me off there.
10 is way over on the left side out there.
Yeah, you're right.
He's a senior.
But they have Gilchrist is still in at quarterback.
They do have a new fullback. Salter is still the running back. They're
that's
going with that jumbo set.
Number 55, Jake Tompkins for the Vanguard Knights in at fullback, and he's listed as a center. So that's
Why
interesting.
not? I like this. This is an interesting little wrinkle by Farmer and his coaching staff. They're going to give it to the deep man, that's Salter, and he's going to put his head down, pick up 3. It'll be second down at 7. As the clock rolls here for this fourth quarter, Knights dominant 42-0. And, John, it just went all wrong on that interception by Flight, and I don't think Flight ever truly recovered.
Yeah, it was just all down the hill from there. Like I said earlier, if the Bellevue Rattlers get a first down there, continue to drive and potentially score and take the early 7-0 lead.
Oh, they give it to the fullback.
It's maybe a different game.
And the fullback drives ahead,
did he
picks
lose
up
a
11,
shoe or
a glove, something came flying off. He's a fullback. Like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Fullback dive, picks up 12. He ran right down the throw to Bellevue. Baker's coming in late. A lot of transition. There's going to be a penalty. They give it to the fullback again. He picks up 9. Terrible holding call by the official.
Well, and I thought
that was a terrible call.
Well, I thought maybe there should have been a penalty on Bellevue for still having players on the field.
There
who were running
was.
off.
He was running by the official who didn't seem to care. King, number 14, is who they're going to call for the holding. It'll be a spot foul, so it'll only be an 8-yard loss, which again makes no sense.
Demoralizing.
I want to
demoralizing holding.
I want to explain the holding call on the offensive side in high school football. It is a 10-yard penalty from the spot, right? So if it's 25 yards behind the line of scrimmage, it's a 35-yard penalty.
Whereas with college and the NFL, they'd call it from the line of scrimmage instead.
Correct.
So it's really a 10-yard penalty.
It's not what is
not
holding.
a 20 or 20.
We're not debating what is holding, just the penalty that's associated with the call.
And it's not the ref's fault. It's the FHSA Rules Committee. I mean,
Yeah,
and
you know whose fault
unfortunately,
it is? You know whose fault it is? Your girls.
Ashton Mosley.
Ashton.
Ashton
I knew it was
Mosley.
something like quirky like that. That's very
Well, she
millennial-esque.
runs a tight ship over there,
Well, very millennial-esque.
Yeah.
She wouldn't take my phone call.
She hung up on me.
She wouldn't take Dan Martone's phone call.
She hung up on me.
Yeah, well, she's gutless.
She didn't want to hear it.
No, the facts ruin her argument.
Yeah.
Second and 14, the FHSA still sucks.
The FHSA, yeah, we don't like them.
Toss sweep to Betterson, cut back, puts his foot in the ground again, breaks 2 tackles. Lucky got back to the line of scrimmage. Well, actually, the original line of scrimmage he picked up 4. I thought he was going to lose 5. And Vanguard's just running the clock down, not trying to embarrass anyone.
And if Vanguard really wanted to, they could.
They could throw the ball all over the ball field.
Hats off to Farmer.
And my response to that is always, it's your responsibility to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're
holding call.
Let me ask you this.
Another holding call.
Let me ask you this, Galen.
Yeah.
If you're Coach Ackerman,
It's going to be like second down at 40.
If you're Coach Ackerman going into practice next week, you've got
a 15-yard penalty.
You've got a bye week next week. Then
Boy,
you've
do
got
you need it.
Then you've got Weeky Watchy, week 10, who's winless.
Correct.
But how do you approach the next couple weeks to get these guys prepared for a playoff
what do we
matchup
do next week?
That's most likely going to be Vanguard.
Who does Vanguard play next week?
They've got Springstead. No, Springstead.
Is that here?
No, it's at Springstead.
Oh, I'm not driving back there. I got lost.
Yeah, well, you didn't do a good job getting us there.
Yeah, did not. Failed miserably.
I blame you.
Oh, they're giving the ball to Hicks in there. In the back.
Brought us to a retirement community. You're like, we're here, and we're pulling into a retirement community where we're down in Spring Hill, Florida.
Yeah.
Like, Galen, where are you bringing me, man?
1 minute away, and then all of a sudden we were 32. It was pretty funny.
Barely made it to the game in time.
Yeah. Good broadcast, though. We sounded really good, actually. Outside.
Yeah, we were sitting in the stands with the rest of the fans.
There weren't that many of them. And again, look at this crowd. I love it. I absolutely love it. The facilities here are terrible. The food is fantastic.
Listen, there's nothing better when they start firing up that grill and the smoke goes
so
goes on the field. There's smoke on the field.
Full blitz. Gilchrist, it looks like they wanted to run a screen. Gilchrist makes one dude miss, two dudes miss. Picks up 12. Should have been a loss of 5. I've been impressed with Gilchrist.
Gilchrist has some wheels on him. It's not like this kid can't run. I mean, to me, he looks like he could be a dual threat quarterback. So whatever the hang-up is with this kid, that he can't be your full-time starter, I'm not sure what's going on here. I will point out, number 4, Bellevue Rattlers, Trace Mims, another nice open field tackle. We've called his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, he's done his job. He's done his job, and now all the faithful of
Yeah,
Bellevue
so
are
I'm
starting
looking
to
here.
roll out.
So Vanguard goes to Springstead next week, and then the week after we have the infamous oldest rivalry in Marion County, Forest versus Vanguard.
Oh, block punt! And that's going to be picked up at the 27-yard line by Bellevue. Baker is there. Is that Baker?
No, that was number 20, Jaquan Donnelly, who picked it up. Now, who blocked it? I'm
not sure.
Not entirely sure. I think it may have been number 12, Montavious Lightsley. Seemed to be in the area. But, hey, Bellevue's got a shot here now to get on the board.
Don't get shut out.
This is all about pride now.
Absolutely correct. On both sides of the football.
Yeah. This is where Brady likes to take shots, and Farmer looks like he's got a handful of starters that are in the ball game to hopefully try to prevent this shutout.
Well, most of their starters, their seniors, are on the sideline singing and dancing.
Yeah, but
so
you got Guy
Flight's going to be in shotgun. He's just a junior. This is an important moment for him. New running back into the game.
That's number 11, Eric McLaughlin, junior. So, he's a kid. Bellevue kid's been there since the beginning. Actually, he was the full-time starter for him last year, and when a lot of these transfers came in, he kind of took a step back in the depth chart, but still a heck of a ball player.
Yeah, Riley Smith is just a sophomore. He's playing that defensive end. McLeod is in there in the middle. Flight drops back. He's under pressure, steps up into the pocket, breaks a tackle, and then he's going to be brought down by McLeod. McBride, I'm sorry. McBride. 5-yard loss.
And it was literally a shoestring tackle. But, Flight, once again, most games this year, those shoestring tackles, he's been breaking them.
But if McBride gets his paw on you.
He's got a bear claw.
Down. And by the way, Bellevue has not played anybody the size of McBride with his athleticism all year. 3rd and 17, 4:58 in counting. There's a hold. They didn't call that. I don't know how. Flight's dancing around. He's at the 50, fires into right at the sideline. If it's caught, that'll be a loss of 4 by Swander. I don't know why Swander's all excited. He lost 4 on the play.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to give him a line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It'll be 14.
A gain of 0.
But there was 3 holds on that play. Riley Smith got pulled down from behind. I think the Whitecaps I've called enough. I've hit my quota. My film is good. Let's just get this done. And I want to thank everybody for listening to WOCA, The Source, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Flight drops back. He steps up into the pocket, fires into the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Bellevue. Jackson Dennis.
Yeah, so Flight actually did a really nice job of stepping up in the pocket. Had a little bit of room. Jackson Dennis on the post route. 35-yard touchdown. The Bellevue Rattlers get on the board.
And the Bellevue faithful finally have something to cheer about. And they've stayed pretty much the whole time. That's pretty classy. 42-6 is our score as AK-22 comes in to put the extra point on the board. That was big. That was big for Brady. He didn't get shut out.
And I'm wondering who the corner is there. I'm not going to say his name.
No idea.
Well, he's wearing 3, but I don't think.
No, it's Randall.
Is that Randall?
Yeah, that's Tyrell Randall.
I thought maybe that was a different corner.
I thought he came off hurt. I didn't think he played on there. But.
Well, I thought that maybe there was another number 3 on the team.
Jackson Dennis just did a simple little skinny post.
Yeah.
Flag route, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Just
and I want to say something about Jackson Dennis. He's a guy, 4-year player, has been at Bellevue last 4 years, loyal as anything. Great family who gives back to the team and the program, very involved. You want more Jackson Dennises on your football team.
And he's the
hard worker.
And he's
Brady
the kind of talks
volumes about him.
He's the kind of guy you build around.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't You know he's going to do the right thing. You know he's going to hold everybody around him accountable. And you're right, that's what the program needs.
But I think he does that with his young JV guys. He's built. Listen, the Bellevue Rattlers had a JV team that went 6-1.
Sure did.
Their only loss was to Palaca, which really doesn't count because to understand what happened there.
22 with a kick. Not a single missed field goal, extra point today.
But they played Palaca, who their varsity game got canceled that week because the other team had a COVID outbreak. So they literally brought their entire varsity team down to play the Bellevue JV team with the Palaca staff with headsets on up in the booth. We're like, what in the world? And they demoralized them like 42-7. But then from there, Bellevue did not lose another game. But I might add, they also did not play Vanguard. So Vanguard, Bellevue, JVs did not play. But I think next year, that's something that they will make happen.
And I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah. But they did play Forest. They did play North Marion. They did not play Westport. Westport's another program who had a dang pretty good JV team.
For the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And again, if Steve will be allowed to stay there as long as Steve wants to. It was a real gut punch, I think, to him personally, and definitely to the program when all those people left.
I think it just comes down to how loyal will they be to him going forward. You've got to understand and believe in his vision.
And I'm a parent. I understand it, and parents chase things. And I'll be. My son had an opportunity to transfer to the Rock, and I said, "Son, it's your decision." But he stayed at Vanguard for academics. He knew if he wanted to play college basketball, his best chance was to play at the Rock.
Yeah.
And then, he came back. He goes, I want to stay at Vanguard. And again, that's what you have to have kids make. And then he decided, I don't even want to play college basketball. And now all he does is lift weights every day.
So what do we got here? 120 left here in the game?
Yeah, the clock's running. There's an end-over-end squib kick. It's going to be picked up by Elijah Hopkins at the 25. He's got the edge. And he's going to be run out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
Seeing Hopkins, though, you see how fast and shifty he is.
On any other team, he's a star. Look at what he did at Westport this year. Now he's just another dude.
But that's a kid that Bellevue doesn't have. No disrespect to the players on their team.
You're dead on.
But Bellevue does not have that game breaker. They don't have that fast, shifty kid where, hey, you know what? At any moment, he can find that small little seam, squeeze through it, juke a couple guys out middle field, and take it to the distance.
Yeah. All right, well, this is the end of this football game. 40 seconds left. I don't think Vanguard's going to even take the field again. Johnny, we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we'll recap this. You did better than I expected, considering the score. I really thought
I'm a professional.
Well, no, you're not.
I'm a professional.
You're not. You make $0. You actually pay to be on this broadcast. But again, it's shocking. See that T-shirt right there, Johnny? I bought 1,000 of those T-shirts for the basketball program.
There you go.
The coach just handed them out. It was supposed to be a fundraiser. It's just another problem. All right. So here we are at the end of the game. It's 42-7. You're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source. We'll be back to recap it all.
OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's internet marketplace. But there's something you might not know. I'm Michael Warren, president of USA for Sale. We created Ocala for Sale in 1998 with a passion to connect buyers and sellers and to help local businesses reach shoppers online. On Ocala for Sale, you're just a click away from thousands of deals for real estate, rentals, cars, furniture, appliances, horses, pets, and more. Looking for a job? Our Help Wanted section is booming. Shopping the villages and beyond? Now you'll find great deals on villages for sale, as well as our new statewide classified, Florida for Sale. Log on today and post your free classified. You'll reach thousands of shoppers who check our listings every day. Are you a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Broadcast Ocala International Airport. This is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
Welcome back to high school champions now. We need to bring that
Welcome
up.
back. Yeah, why don't we bring up that Vanguard is now the district champions.
Yep.
John, welcome back to high school football. I'm Galen Udall with John Ivory. And, Brady Ackerman is standing over there talking to the media. I think this isn't a head scratcher, is it, John? Vanguard's bigger, stronger, faster.
We knew that coming into the game.
That's correct.
We knew that coming into the game.
No. Did you know it, or were you just not willing to accept it?
No. Listen, when I talked to the kids this week at practice, I told them Vanguard is bigger, faster, stronger than you. But I also told them that's always been the case since the beginning of time. That doesn't mean that automatically is going to mean you're going to lose the football game. Vanguard has always been bigger, faster, stronger, and even to this day now, Bellevue does lead the all-time series between Vanguard and Bellevue.
There it is.
At 10-7.
There it is.
Bellevue. So now I'll tell you this right now, though, if Bellevue cannot use this as a learning experience and grow from it, that all-time series is going to become lopsided very quickly over time. But, and like I've said during the broadcast, I said it to Larry from the very beginning, when Bellevue was good during that late 90s to early 2000 run, okay, the number one goal is you had to beat Vanguard. They are the standard. They who you've got to beat. And it's really the case for anyone, because look at what Denellen's done. Denellen is now a team that competes for state championships, and guess what they did? They beat Vanguard.
Well, they also do the 7-on-7, as Larry Fuquay talked about. And too many of these coaches are just not willing to do it. Farmer believes in it. He goes to all the tournaments that he possibly can, and it shows, right? These kids are, and if you want to see a weightlifting program, you go see Coach Farmer. My man puts in work. He has an expectation that it's not optional. And by the way, that standard is set by that entire team, right? It's not set by the coach.
Well, and Vanguard...
I guess it's set by the coach, but it's upheld by the players.
But Vanguard has always had a heck of a weightlifting program. I mean, even going back to the days of Philip Yancey and even after him and Farmer taking over, Vanguard's always taken the weight room very serious.
What do we got? North Marion 17-7 over Matanzas. Hawthorne 14-0. 28-0 lead. Donnell over Leesburg.
Forest 14-0.
Yeah.
Red Sox down one.
Of course they are. I just don't. I don't think they're going to recover. So do me a favor there. Text Dan. Tell him we'll be off the air in about 5 minutes. So let's put a little bow in this one. Again, it all started in that first drive when Flight threw that interception, and he didn't really recover. That was a pretty ball he threw to Jackson Dennis and allowed Jackson Dennis to make a play. But outside of that, I can't remember a throw that he made that was very good. He missed some wide open guys, and this is a huge moment for the young man.
Yeah, well, too, I noticed he was running around a lot back there, too. I mean, you can't blame Flight too much for the mishaps because there just wasn't a whole lot of protection for him either.
Well, and again, Bellevue, when they were great in the past, their offensive line was strong, and they did everything right.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to have to get back to, and again, that takes time.
Well, and I'll tell you
Brady's trying to coach and completely change every position on the field. That's going to take time.
Well, I'll tell you this too, Galen. On that first drive, before Flight threw the interception, I credit the offensive line was getting after it.
They did.
They were physical. They were getting after it. And then it seemed like after Vanguard got the interception, almost returns it for a touchdown, which got called back for holding, but then they score within two plays, three plays, right?
Yep.
And that just demoralized the Bellevue Rattlers. It was adversity and they didn't recover. They didn't respond very well.
That's correct.
And I think that's something that Coach Ackerman and Coach McFadden and the rest of the coaching staff need to get on them about is, guys, when things aren't going our way, we just don't put our heads down and pout and just continue to let it happen. You've got to fight.
That's correct. I'm not a believer in moral victory. I'm not one of these guys who you learn more from your losses. No, that's a lie. What it does is it humbles you so that you can recover and learn. Let's see how this Bellevue team responds. This is the first real adversarial spot that Bellevue has been in.
Yeah.
Let's see how they respond.
And let's once again.
They got an off week, and then they go to Wiki Watching.
We're probably going to see a rematch between these two teams in the first round of the playoffs, assuming Auburndale wins out. They get the 1 seed, and you're going to see a 2 versus 7 in the first round again.
Yeah. All right, John, anything else you want to say?
No, looks like my dad there.
Your dad is ready to go.
I'm his ride, and
he's ready to go.
He's waiting for me.
He is ready to go.
Although I'm okay with staying late because now you get to wait for the parking lot.
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'll go down there and talk to Farmer. Maybe now he'll talk to me after the game.
Yeah, right.
Didn't want to have anything to do with me before game. He's like, you only show up for the other team now. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true. All right.
You're just trying to diversify yourself.
And again, I covered Farmer for 3 years. He was incredibly gracious. I would just sit in his office, and we would talk. We'd talk about a lot more than even football. And he opened up that program to me, and I'll always be thankful for that. Much like the treatment I'm getting with Brady. They're very giving of their time, and I think that makes for a better broadcast. All right. For John Ivory, the Troll, I'm Galen Unold. You've been listening to High School Football right here on WOCA, The Source.